to the way that it was before.
Sowah.
Well, hello, and hello. Being here for another edition of Laugh at, Cringe at. Turn off that news. Turn that fucking bullshit off. What are you watching that for? What's wrong with you? Watching that. I trust my local news. Who said nobody ever? Only thing you should trust the local news for is sometimes there's a nice high-speed chase going on, and they will bring you that because they certainly don't know nothing else. Holy shit, are we jumpy today or what? Well, I don't know what it's about Tuesday night, but Tuesday nights runs very, very slow, which is why I prefer doing it on Monday nights. I think Chaos is streaming too. Whenever Chaos is streaming, all the internet shuts down, I've noticed. Anyway, who we got in here? Callie Ford, what's up? JLM, what's up? Bob is in here. Sunflowers, always a pleasure. Randy, what's up? Tater, by the way, if you want, I have an MP3 of that opening. If you want it, I'll get it to you. We'll talk. All right, and let's see. I think Michigander was in here. That's it for now. All right, well, let's get back on track here because the subscribers, YouTube's algorithm has been knocking subs and views off the channel. So what the fuck is going on with that? But anyway, where's my beer? Where's my where is my non-alcoholic newscaster beverage? Right here. Jill, I've been feeling sick. A lot of people are getting fevers and shit, I've noticed. Are they kicking off more GMO mosquitoes into the air? I think they are. Oh, yes, they are. They absolutely are. Anyway, let's get right to it. Well, of course, if you are still foolish enough to look at the mainstream media and actually depend on it for your news, well, first of all, I feel sorry for you, number one. Number two, don't think you're going to be getting too much news. Now, we just had September 11th. Of course, they will pretend to be patriotic and beat you over the head with the official footage that many of us around here don't really buy. Yeah, 2 planes fly into the building here. Building collapses from down here. Another building over there collapses. Nothing flew into that one at all. No plane wreckage found at the Pentagon. No plane wreckage found in that big hole in the middle of Pennsylvania. No black box recovered. But lots of wars and lots of money wasted since. Well, yeah, keep up the good works. Keep up the good works. And it gave W. Bush 2 terms. Terrific. What a great job everybody did there. And of course, don't forget our lovely president that somebody elected somewhere. 81 billion votes. I tend not to think so. Apparently, he was in 2 places during 9/11 instead of New York City, where it might have been... at least media friendly to do. He was in Hanoi, Vietnam, and then he was in Alaska. Both at the same, both on 9/11. If you believe that, if you really believe this old codger is really just flying everywhere and not just sitting in front of a green screen with some extras as a crowd, you don't know how show business works, my friend. You think that old geezer is going to be flying around the world for what? For what reason? For what reason? By the way, I don't think it would be very respectful if he actually paid his respects on 9/11, although he did lie about it. He did lie while he was either in Hanoi or Alaska. I forget which one he told this lie, and I didn't bother to cue him up because, again, the mainstream media is not going to show you this. You'll see it if you watch the whole thing on C-SPAN or your favorite content creators will already have clipped it. But you remember what he said. He said, oh, well, I remember the day right after 9/11, I was at ground zero. He wasn't. It's provable he wasn't. He was nowhere near ground zero. He was in Washington, D.C., voting on something. Okay? Probably voting to fund the war, the upcoming war. He was certainly not anywhere near fucking ground zero. Nor was anybody the day after 9/11. Again, does anybody believe his lies? Oh, yeah. Your favorite dipshit celebrities on Twitter believe his lies because they are paid to believe his lies. Like George Takei. Anybody ever watch that fucking idiot? He's another one of these wah Trump, yay climate change, one of these fucking dipshits who hasn't done a goddamn thing since Star Trek that I can remember, except the Comedy Central roast of William Shatner in 2006. That's the only other thing I've ever seen him in. But what the fuck else has he done? Mine loves to sniff out the truth, says Vegas J. Vegas J, hello. Well, yeah, if the truth is located within a child's hair, yes, he'll gladly sniff it out. He'll gladly sniff it out. But his ass was nowhere near fucking 9/11. Man, but he, like all the other criminals who love the war industrial complex and definitely get paid for it, certainly voted to send money to the ongoing conflicts, right? And then later, of course, dishonorably pulled our troops out of Afghanistan, and you see the mess that was. But the mainstream media is not going to show you that. Mainstream media still kisses up to Joe Biden, and again, the dipshit celebrities like George Takei, celebrities, again, last 7 years, want Trump. I just saw a tweet of his, which I had to respond to. If I find it later in the show, I will. Where he was just echoing Al Gore saying, "Panic fear, climate change. Panic fear, climate change." You've been on Star Trek, an insanely overrated fucking show. I do not see the appeal to that show. I never did. I don't like that fucking show. I didn't watch it back in the day, and I still don't care to watch it. Okay, he was the Asian guy on Star Trek. Whoopie fucking do. What a resume, huh? And he's just another Democratic fucking shill. Yeah. Oh, Trump is doing so wonderful. Trump is doing so wonderful. Again, these fucking people are so out of touch. So fucking out of touch. Yeah, except everything costs a hell of a fucking lot more than it ever used to. Ever. Presidents don't set prices. Yeah. Watch that shit happen under Trump. You change your fucking tune. President's policies do set prices, okay? You think old dumb Joe Biden isn't doing shit by himself. Yeah, he needs a lot of outside help. And that's all that's been running his country is outside help. Do you think that old geezer who could barely fucking walk, upstairs, downstairs, can barely find his way out of the fucking Rose Garden at the White House? Do you think he's actually running anything? Are you fucking stupid? Are you stupid? You gotta be stupid if that's what you think. And the media is trying, even the media is starting to give up on defending his ass. Even CNN occasionally says, well, hey, by the way, his approval ratings are kind of in the 30s. And I'm surprised they're that fucking high. Should be anywhere near the fucking 30s. Jesus Christ, below 30 maybe. Like freezing. All right. But, of course, the media must be really busy giving us the really important stuff. Roberto! Principal Skidder here. Bart, call your father immediately.
Hi, is Homer there?
Homer who?
Homer.
Sexual.
Hold on, let me check. A homosexual? Come on, I'm looking for a homosexual.
Homer's sitting out at the bar as he's making this crank call. Yeah, Seymour Skinner. I love what Seymour Skinner... He not only fell in love with one of the Bouvier sisters, he fell in love with the openly gay one, Patty, the one who swore off men. He didn't want Selma. Selma wanted him. He didn't want Selma, he wanted Patty. And he actually went on a couple of dates with Patty. Didn't work out at the end, of course, but yeah, that happened. Anyway. Yeah, Callie has went to Spotify and has listened to almost every Big Angry Phil show between 2016 and this February, when was the last one I do, which means, you know what? I need to get off my ass and make some more of those, don't I? There's only so much I can fit on these things, and only so much YouTube will let me say. I can certainly say it out there. I haven't had any problems with Spotify. I mean, come on. Joe Rogan is their biggest moneymaker, so I could easily make him 5-10 cents, you know? Come on. Yeah, good old Simpsons. Yeah, when it was good. You know, until about season 10 or 11 or so, and then it started to go, boom. Family Guy, same thing. I was a huge Family Guy fan for the first 10 seasons or so, and then, boy, did that fall off a cliff. Jesus. Shadowkins, what's up? I appreciate you, sir. Thank you. Always enjoy you here. Well, anyway, let's get right to the really important news. This was all over my social media, all over the news. Every newscast had this story because it must be the utmost importance, right? I mean, we're about to go to World War III, right? Isn't that what the story is? Isn't that it? Let's find out. Let's find out. Let's find out by turning your window off. There we go. Let's find out that way. What could this be? McDonald's is phasing out self-serve soda stations, says Yahoo News, and CNN, and the Daily News, and CBS News. And who else? Who else has reported on this? Because it's really a fucking important story. Will McDonald's eliminate self-serve soda machines? CNN, McDonald's getting rid of self-service machines. CBS, getting rid of machines. CBS, Boston.com, Fortune Magazine, Yahoo, fucking really important shit, right? Really important shit. Well, let's go to CNN because who is the best at being the mainstream news than fucking CNN? All right. And of course, they're reporting from New York because where else would Jordan Valinsky be from? McDonald's is getting rid of self-serve soda machines. Holy shit! Panic fear, panic fear, panic fear, panic fear, panic fear. Sunflowers never saw a full episode of Family Guy. I'll tell you, it started at the beginning. We're starting around season 3. All right? That's when The Simpsons started getting good. Well, there was some season 2 had some good ones too, but yeah. Don't venture off anywhere past season 10 or so. That's where it started to go down the turlet. All right? Alrighty, well, I know, again, because of course we all go in the dining rooms at McDonald's, right? And you think they're going to get to the real reason why this is happening? Oh, they'll give you a bullshit reason, but I think we know what the real reason is. Before I give you what I think is I happen to know what the fucking reason is, but before we get to that, let's see what the mainstream media reason is for, and McDonald's corporate for getting rid of self-serve machines. By the way, again, in the rare instance you actually go in a McDonald's, I mean, 90% of people use the fucking drive-thru, right? And of course, the story comes from New York, because if it didn't happen in New York, God knows where it would happen, right? We do have a CNN bureau in Los Angeles, right? It's right in the middle of Hollywood. And goofballs used to protest there, like they have anything to do with CNN's actual content. You know what I mean? But yeah. The fast food chain is eliminating its self-serve soda machines by 2032. Well, why the fuck are they reporting it now then? I thought it was going to happen next year or something. 2032. Jesus Christ, Agenda 2030 is happening before. They want to replace all. They want to give us all electric vehicles, get us all onto an all-electric grid by 2030. Much less getting rid of the soda machines by 2032. Are you? Fuck out of here. No, no, it's not inflation. Not 100% inflation. All right, I'll tell you the fucking reason. I'll tell you the goddamn reason. Don't get ahead of me. I'll tell you the fucking reason. I'll tell you their bullshit reason, and I'll tell you what it really is. Okay? By the way, this is bullshit right here, this statement. McDonald's let customers fill at refill for decades their own drink. No, they didn't. They were the last to do that. Carl's Jr., Wendy's, a lot of other ones did it first. Then McDonald's said, oh shit, we better get on the ball. Just like Jack in the Box always had all-day breakfast, and McDonald's started doing it. When they realized, fucking stoners get up at all kind of hours of the day, maybe we should have some breakfast at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Or maybe people just like the breakfast stuff better. That's bullshit. They did used to do that. Here's some more bullshit, and here's the bullshit reason. However, why is my arm outside the box there? That's hang on a second. That's bothering me, man. I gotta fix that. Let's do something here. Let's put that there. There we go. No longer outside the box. I do not like to be or think outside the box. Here we go. However, here we go, Bob. However, no one is going to remember by 2032. Oh, yeah, they'll remember when the drink machines are gone. And they'll probably give us this story every day until the drink machines are gone. But yeah, there's more. Oh, Jesus Christ. You'd think I'd turn my phone down after we're starting the thing. Ding. Who the fuck is texting me? God damn it. Shut up. Go away. I'm trying to do something here. Jesus Christ. That's the first thing you tell us to do at film sets is, hey, we're rolling. Turn your fucking phones off. Dumbass. I gotta tell myself, I need to put a big post on the screen. Turn off phone, retard. I won't do it unless I see retard up there. Anyway, here we go. However, consumer behavior has changed since the pandemic. Yes, yeah, we're all afraid to go in the store. That's what it is. So, the chain has experienced a surge in business through its drive-through and delivery services. How fucking lazy do you gotta be to get your McDonald's delivered? Now it's even more expensive than it already is. You fucking shut-ins. Get out and stop being lazy bums. I don't like weirdos delivering my food. I am not a fan of DoorDash or any of that shit. Unless I'm sick or something. You know what I mean? And even then, I'd still make an attempt to walk to the grocery store and pick up something I can fucking cook. I don't know weirdos fucking bring my shit. You see the weirdos. You see these motherfucking DoorDash people. They hire anybody. They hire fucking anybody. These are all the people McDonald's didn't hire. Okay? Well, yeah.
Because of the pandemic.
And the change experience surge of visitors, drive-through and delivery services with fewer people choosing to eat in its dining rooms. So we just now decided that in 9 years from now, we're going to get rid of the machines. Even though they have all these high-tech machines that you can mix the drinks and do all this fun stuff with a big screen. Or at least Wendy's has this big touch screen. Where, shit, if you want 8 varieties of Dr. Pepper, they fucking got it. Nobody else does. I'll tell you the real Bob. That's bullshit. You saw that too, right? They're not telling you what the real reason is. The real reason is because homeless people and deadbeats go in there with a cup, fill it up, and leave. That's why the fuck they're doing it. God damn it, of course. God damn it, they have to be fucking politically correct. They can't say anything bad about the homeless. You know motherfucking well that's what it is. Got nothing to do with the goddamn pandemic. Because before the pandemic, nobody was eating in the dining room anyway except bums and fucking deadbeats. And they're getting free ketchup, free drinks, and free fucking sugar packets, right? I'm not texting you, so who's texting you? It's none of your fucking business who it is. Ford, Jesus Christ. I'm gonna fucking tell you who it is. Are you out of your mind? I do have friends and relatives that know my phone number. That is a thing. For Christ's sakes. If you're texting me during the show, then something's really wrong with you. Just to make it go off so I hear it. That would be a good practical joke, actually, but don't do it. Anyway, McDonald's future includes restaurant designs with smaller or no dining rooms and high-tech drive-thrus. High-tech? Why do they move so fucking slow? Yeah, you don't have high-tech people working behind the register. That's for damn sure. I want number 5. And then, so you want the Egg McMuffin? No, that's number 1. I want number 5. How do you want your coffee? I didn't order coffee. They're fucking retards. High tech. You don't need high tech drive-thrus when you have low IQ retards working the window. Right? McDonald's future includes restaurant designs with smaller or no dining rooms. That's why drive-through only. Drive-through only. Pretty soon there's gonna be one giant warehouse where that's where you gotta order your McDonald's. You have to have it delivered. That's gonna be the end game. Or some drone drops it on your head. Bums filling milk jugs. Yeah, they bring all kinds of big old containers of a big old oil drum full of Coke, right? Ah, Christ. You didn't text me? No, you didn't. Nobody should text me while I'm doing the show. That's, of course, I shouldn't have the phone on either. That's my bad. I had it here because I was charging it. McDonald's digital sales, orders made on its app or through its partners like Uber. Again, you lazy Gen Z fucks. Lazy motherfuckers.
We had to walk 10 miles in the snow to get a Big Mac when I was a kid.
Well, that's a lie because I live in Los Angeles. There's no fucking snow. But you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. You wouldn't have guessed homeless, but Bob, you know that's part of it, right? Because you know that's mainly what's hanging out in the dining room now, because nobody uses the fucking dining rooms, right? The only reason if I go in the dining room is because the drive-thru line is too fucking long, so I go in and get takeout and then bounce. I hang around in there. You know what I mean? That's why you go inside. But again, this is all over the fucking mainstream media. This was big fucking news that they're going to get rid of their McDonald's is going to get rid of their self-serve drink machines in 2032. Again, globalist billionaire cocksuckers have a whole agenda laid out for us by 2030. And something McDonald's is doing in 2032 is already making the fucking news. Why do you think I say turn off the fucking news? There you go. There's your CNN, Callie. There's your wonderful CNN. It's their top story. I saw it all over Facebook too. Channel 5, all the LA news stations had it in there. CNN had it in there. Fucking Reuters had it in there. I mean, it was, Jesus Christ. Nothing about Joe Biden lying about 9/11, of course. Again, somebody who's not a big fan of old Joe has to put that on social media, which, of course, more people blow that up than this bullshit about McDonald's. There's a number of places around the U.S. where we are significantly underdeveloped relative to where the population exists today. Who the fuck's fault is that? That means you put too many goddamn McDonald's all over the place. This is what Subway did. Fucking they put up way too many Subways. Subway sucks. Nobody goes there. And now they gotta close them down. Same with Starbucks. Although Starbucks, the only reason they're closing Starbucks is because they're in areas like in the middle of Hollywood where bums fucking hang out and flood the bathroom and don't buy nothing. They gotta close that shit down, harassing the customers. And they don't care about that. They're harassing the customers. Only to the point where the customers don't come in. Once they're in there, they don't give a shit about that. Seriously, Podcast, Ike is here. In Portland, most of the dining rooms are covered in drug addicts. You have to ask for a restroom code. Yeah, you have to do that most places here, too. Like at the Smart and Final, the grocery store. You used to be able to just use the bathroom, but now, no, you have to ask somebody, excuse me, what's the code for the bathroom? And they tell you what the code is. By the time you get there, you forgot what the fuck it is. Yeah. It's embarrassing. Phil getting fudge yesterday. Seuss said, what? What the fuck is, what do you, Callie, what the fuck? I have no idea what you're saying. Translate that or something. Or say whatever you meant to say. I have no idea what that means. In the past, ditching dining rooms was off limits. Well, yeah, ask Pizza. They did it a long time ago. We used to go to Pizza to hang out, to actually enjoy a pizza, right? Bring the fam, your friends down there in the big old Pizza dining room, get a big old deep dish, right? Yeah, Pizza got rid of dining rooms a long time ago. It's been delivery only for decades. There we go. All right. Other chains are experimenting with reinventing their designs. You can design the fucking place all you want. How about, I don't know. Here's a crazy idea. Make the fucking food better! Okay? McDonald's sucks! I get that some of their breakfast is alright and the coffee is good. Coffee has always been good at McDonald's. Maybe they should just be McDonald's coffee from now on. Give Starbucks a run for its money. Right? That's the one thing they do well. Otherwise, Starbucks is run by retards. They have retards in every single McDonald's location. And a high-tech drive-through will whoopie fucking do. You still have people that just snuck across the border last night in the drive-through line. Come on. I told you Phil doesn't know. I don't know what the fuck you people are talking about, but shut the hell up. For Christ's sakes. Don't be inside on my own show. You know what I'm saying? For Christ's sakes. Keep it to yourself. Well, speaking of Starbucks and speaking of really important news, here's another one. The mainstream media could be happier to advertise this horseshit every fucking year, right? And here we go back to CNN. Yeah, I know we're all excited about this because we all have to have this logo next to us at all times or we can't survive in life.
Starbucks pumpkin spice latte is back.
Again, this is CN fucking N. Okay? McDonald's did away with the McCafe, which is stupid, right? I'll tell you something. I do occasionally go to McDonald's just for the coffee. It's like, holy shit, I need coffee, and I don't have any coffee at the house, and there's always a bum in front of the 7-Eleven, so I'll go to the McDonald's drive-thru and get it. Or run in, grab one, get out. You know? But, yeah, every year we hear about this, right? And this is from Look at the writer here. Tell me she's not some wet Trumper, right? Daniel Wiener Bronner. So not only one of her names is Wiener, she's got a hyphenated name, and yeah, she's like every annoying Jewish chick in New York City that the voice could fucking melt fucking glass. But yeah, here's CNN. Again, the CNN Business with the really important fucking news. I'm not picking up the fudge joke. I have no idea what they're fucking talking about. I guess those two must have been chatting with each other and some dumb joke came out that only they know. Okay. I don't care about anything Spice Pumpkin. Well, that's good that you don't, Sunflowers, but apparently everybody else in the world must, because I do see people go ooh and ah. They feel like they're somehow important if they spend even more money at Starbucks and for this one special thing every fucking year. Now listen, once in a while I'll eat a piece of pumpkin pie, maybe at Thanksgiving or something, okay? Other than that, I leave it the fuck alone. It's not that fucking great. Pumpkin spice flavored condoms, well, I'm sure, you know what? I don't know why they don't sell that at Starbucks. Remember at Starbucks when you're in the line, they used to sell like CDs and shit like that? Maybe they should have some pumpkin spice condoms there. Although I can't imagine most of the people that go to Starbucks fuck all that often. So just looking at who's in the line usually. They look a lot like that lady screaming no up there. Get with the program, Big Egger Phil. You're telling me to get with the program, Sunflowers. That's fucking rich. I only got you to stop watching The View 2 months ago. Maybe you should get off the program. I'd stay off of it. Yeah, go to the corner, Callie. Nobody knows what you're talking about. You can text me after the show and tell me what you're talking about. All right, there you go. Starbucks said Wednesday that the signature drink. Again, CNN here. CNN. Fuck how stupid old Joe Biden is. This is way more important. It would return to the fall menu on Thursday, marking its 20th. They've had this shit for 20 years. Jesus Christ. So why do we have to advertise it? Why is the news media an advertising arm for Starbucks? What kind of a deal do they have? It's on every fucking channel. You've seen it. You know, maybe even if you listen to your stupid news, your radio news, right? And again, it's just the same bullshit as this. And you can't just, only difference is you can't being brainless retard delivering the news. But other than that, same old shit. In 2020, our favorite year, Starbucks said the pumpkin drinks were the catalyst for a record-breaking quarterly performance. Yeah, because everybody was ordering fucking Starbucks to be delivered to their house because they were so afraid to leave their fucking house. In fall 2022, it reported that the platform had grown 17% year over year. Well, isn't that just lovely? Isn't that fucking great? You like pumpkin pie? I like it too, but I'm not. Are you busting your balls to get this drink? I mean, you know, or anything at Starbucks for that matter. Now listen, again, if one of you guys said, "Hey, I got an extra Starbucks cup. You want one?" Yeah, of course I'm gonna fucking take it. Of course. But, you know, who wants to stand in a fucking Starbucks line or a drive-through Starbucks line? You see how long those fucking get. By the way, aren't you all about the environment? Well, you got a whole line of cars belching exhaust in the air. Fucking. That's what I especially love about those Just Stop Oil protests that block the roads. You got a 5-mile line of traffic behind you, all belching up gas fumes in the fucking air. You're okay with that, I guess. It's not about the environment. It's about inconveniencing everybody. They say, "Hey, look what we did." Unpaid fucking idiots. Unpaid idiots. Why they're not all run over by now, I don't fucking know. Pumpkin pie ice cream? I don't think I've ever had that, Bob. I do like cookie dough ice cream. I have had that. Pumpkin pie ice cream? I don't know about that. All right. Yeah, Randy, go get Callie out of the corner and tell her if she does it again, she's going to go in the other corner. You know, the bad corner. You don't want to go to the bad corner. In addition to the latte, known fondly as PSL. Oh, God. Yeah. these schmucks that fucking order this thing, they think they're so cool. They say,
Hey, I'm getting a PSL. You getting the PSL? I'm getting a PSL.
fucking POS. L. Wait till Christmas with Starbucks red cup. Oh God, that's right, the red cup. Well, that was only a controversy for that 1 year, and then they kind of shut up about it after that. But yeah, I remember that stupid red cup controversy. By the way, don't think that Starbucks doesn't drum up these controversies to sell more coffee. You know they do. You know, it's called controlled chaos. Your favorite politicians all do it, in case you haven't noticed. But in addition to the PSL, ooh, la-di-da-di, customers will be able to buy other seasonal beverages, including the pumpkin cream cold brew. God, that doesn't even sound appetizing. Don't you sound like just an absolute douchebag if you come in there?
Hi, can I have the pumpkin cream cold brew and make it a venti, but I only want half pumpkin and half cream.
You have to take orders for the office, and there's always a bunch of cunts in there that give you the most complicated fucking order there is, and you feel like a complete asshole up there. Yeah, I want the venti extra. You just want to take all the coffee and pour it on their fucking heads and fry their brains. Or at least I do. But you can get the pumpkin cream cold brew, or if you're really cool, you'll call it the PCCB. And apple crisp oat milk macchiato. Oh my God, that's something somebody in the office would get, right?
Make sure to get me the apple crisp oat milk macchiato.
Or the ACOMM, the OCOM. I want a big old OCOM. Because people have this self-importance about them that if they're holding this white cup with this green bitch with her legs around their fucking neck like she's about to get fucked. I know it's a mermaid, but look at that logo. Look at this. What does that look like? Bitches hold their legs behind their fucking necks like, yeah, fuck me hard. Fuck me hard. I'm gonna fuck you hard. That's what I'm gonna do. You notice I'm wearing two hockey logos here? I'm excited for a hockey season. I'm sorry, I'm wearing the LA Kings and the Carolina Hurricanes because I am a Kings fan, and I have also seen games at the Carolina Hurricanes Arena, known as the PNG Center. Nice place, actually. We're right in the middle of nowhere, Raleigh, North Carolina. But a fun building to watch hockey, I'll tell you what. Oh, by the way, they're not done. They're not done with this crap. You could also get an iced apple crisp oat milk shaken espresso. Holy fuck! There's coffee that has 6 words in it. How the fuck are you gonna remember that shit?
Yes, I like the ice.
How do you not feel like a complete fucking twat ordering something like this?
I like the iced apple crisp oat milk
shaken, not stirred espresso. Holy Jesus H motherfucking Christ goddamn fuck! Oh my. And the iced pumpkin cream. Here's a fucking another one. You sound even more of a douche asking for this one. Iced pumpkin cream chai. Oh God. Chai. By the way, chai I mean, sucks. Iced pumpkin cream chai tea latte. That sounds like something getting in Thailand or something. You're about to fucking underage prostitute. What is this shit? How do you not feel like a complete fucking asshole twat waffle ordering shit like this?
I take the iced pumpkin.
And you're holding up the whole line too. You need to start abbreviating some of this shit. I want the IPCCTL. You sure do you want just the plain PPCCA? Yeah, give me a venti LGBTQ plus, please. Holy motherfuck! Crying out loud. Callie Ford, what are you talking about? I love God. You're out of the corner now. All right, you're out of the corner. You're out of the corner. I'm not sure what you were in the corner for in the first place, but we all need time in the corner once in a while. God knows I put sunflowers there enough. All right. Oh, by the way, we're not done with the Starbucks advertising on CNN. On the food menu, again, listen, if you're a Starbucks fanatic, wouldn't you already have the fucking app on your fucking phone that would already say where the fucking specials are? And when the fucking pumpkin latte come out, you probably have a notification that fucking goes off when you have the fucking pumpkin pumpernickel, whatever the fuck latte. Right? Do we really need CNN? Is Gen Z really running to CNN to see when fucking Starbucks is coming out with another drink. Christ fucking sakes. Ike, is that what you get there? A grande green tea latte. Oh, God. Ike, don't talk to me. I don't know you. I'm gonna put you in the corner too. On the food menu, the owl. Ike, you get this too while you get that latte. The owl cake pop and pumpkin cream cheese muffin. What the fuck? What is? Who names this shit? They all sit in board meetings. They come up with this stuff. Holy fucking crap. The owl cake pop and pumpkin cream cheese muffin. Fucking blow me. Fucking what the absolute fuck. A Trente? What the fuck is a Trente? Is that bigger than Vente? What? I'm getting douche chills reading this. What is this? A Trente iced coffee, 12 pumps, sugar-free vanilla, 12 pumps. I'll give you 12 fucking pumps. Hazelnut. Oh, I hate hazelnut. Oh God, I don't even like that crappy hazelnut creamer for coffee. Ugh, God damn, no. 12 pumps caramels, 5 pumps skinny mocha, a splash of soy. Ike, did you used to work at fucking Starbucks? Please tell me you're not getting that. If you're getting that, just get the fuck off the channel. Jesus Christ. Then you don't know me. Holy fucking shit. I'm glad Ike finally came out of the closet online. It's very brave of you, stunning and brave even. Congratulations. You might want to tell the missus if she doesn't know already. But Jesus Christ. Holy fuck. Thank God I'm not doing a rant free right now because I'd be screaming. Oh, your copy, Ike's copy from the website. I was gonna say, dude, if you know any of that, I'm going to kill you. I will come up to Portland Retro Gaming, not to go to the retro gaming, just to kill you. That's a euphemism for I'm gonna whoop your ass verbally. Doesn't mean anything else, YouTube. So stop dropping my subs, you piece of shit. People that run YouTube would buy something like the owl cake pop and pumpkin cream cheese muffin. California, I will personally get you a caramel frappuccino and provide you the cream, okay? There you go. It's much cheaper if you use your own. You know what I'm saying. Oh boy. Oh, we're not done. Jesus Christ. You think an advertisement article like this from CNN would have ended there? No. Because Daniel Wiener Bonner is really proud of this article, and they're going to send her right to the Democratic convention after this, I'm sure. Oh no, Ford meant every word of that. You know what she's up to. And Starbucks reserve stores. Reserve stores? What? Is this a thing? I've never even heard of this. A Starbucks reserve stores. In other words, more upscale locations. Oh well, gee, we don't see that in the hood here, do we, Kelly? They also sell pumpkin spice beverages for the first time. Ooh, so who the fuck goes to these places? Like you're not snooty enough. You just go to Starbucks. You have to go to a fucking Starbucks Reserve. Oh, excuse me. Anybody see one of these? Anybody got one of these in your fucking town? Fucking Starbucks Reserve. Fucking Randy, give me a Timmy Hortons or something. Fuck a Starbucks Reserve. Jesus Christ. It's creme fraiche. Creme fraiche. Like on South Park. Oh boy. I'm going to have to put myself in the corner for that one. Over the years, the pumpkin spice latte has taken on a life of its own, becoming a signal for fall. So don't worry about the falling leaves and the cooler weather. No, the real signal for fall is a fucking drink from Starbucks. Jesus Christ. Turn off the news! News! That's what they call news. That's the fucking news. That's CNN. That's news. They call that fucking news. Jesus fucking H. Christ. And yet it's still one of our top beverages, says Thomas Prather, VP of Marketing at Starbucks. Does Starbucks need to be marketed? Does anybody not know what a fucking Starbucks is? There's not a fucking Starbucks on every corner. Sometimes there's two of them on the same corner. When it was first developed, the PSL, that's right, it's the pumpkin spice latte, in case you're not cool enough, you don't know how what the abbreviation is. Tapped into a nostalgic taste with a distinct aroma. Pumpkin pies. Oh, really? The pumpkin spice latte smells like pumpkin pie. I thought it smelled like apple pie. Durr. Well, at least CNN realizes that whoever still watches them and listens to them are fucking stupid, and they have to actually explain this. Look at that, it still goes on. Is there a war going on? No, it's just the annual fall drink at Starbucks. Because these self-important ass wipes, they're so full of themselves. They think it's some kind of status symbol if they hold a very corporate coffee cup in their fucking hand, letting us all they overpaid for shitty coffee. I just looked it up. A Starbucks Reserve serves more than coffee and teas. Oh, they serve booze too? Yeah, because of course. I wonder, do the Starbucks Reserve allow as many homeless to come in as a regular Starbucks? I don't think I can't imagine them buying the alcoholic drinks. I imagine them climbing over the counter and helping themselves. But I can't imagine our homeless friends. Although I can imagine they probably don't put them in the area where there are a lot of homeless. I don't think there's a Starbucks Reserve on Kensington Avenue in Philadelphia. I just have a feeling there probably isn't. I will lick it and swallow and be satisfied. Fresh, white, creamy cream. Okay, well, we can all imagine what we're talking about here. Somebody needs a trip back to the corner. It's something you can depend on when PSL comes back. Oh, yeah, so you get to hear marketing people talk, which is always a pleasure of mine. When PSL comes back, it's something that you've remembered over the years. It's like, okay. You can just imagine what this guy sounds like. He sounds like every other beta male fucking with 2 octaves too high of a voice and no testosterone. Okay, something in my life is normal and predicting and comforting. Yeah, you sound really straight, my man. Phil scared the bad out of me. How? I didn't scare nothing out of nothing. What are you talking about? For marketers, seasoned products are an important way to create buzz. Often they pick items that make people feel a certain way. Good God, they did a whole history of it. Look at this, how long this goes on for. Jesus Christ. This fucking drink comes out of here, and then some fucking college dropout twat on CNN has to write this gigantic fucking article about it like it means anything to anybody. Look at this. It just goes on and fucking on. Tapping to our love of pie, fucking giggity. Listen, I love pie too. I don't need to fucking go on and on about it, all right? Jesus Christ. There's a Starbucks Reserve near the convention center in Portland. Oh, that could be good for a couple of laughs too, won't it? Jesus Christ. Yeah, don't tell me to not live stream in there. I'll tell you what. God, how long does this go for? Oh, there it is. There's the end of it, finally. Holy fucking, the Declaration of Independence wasn't that long. People have something to look forward to. Yeah, their lives are completely meaningless until Starbucks comes out with this drink every fucking year. And then their lives finally have meaning. Well, if that isn't just classic corporate manipulation, I don't know what the fuck is. And thank you, fucking sheep. The same sheep that felt you need to be locked in your house and then have this crap delivered to you. These are the same ones that keep buying this shit. But go fuck yourselves. Ike, you know what? I might take you up on that offer. That sounds like that could be fun, especially if we've been boozing all day. Well, Callie, this you'll like this part of this story. Okay, if you've listened to the old podcast, anybody hasn't listened to the old Big Gregory Phil podcast, I haven't done one recently, but if you go to Spotify or where many of your podcasts are, except for Apple, everywhere else, but not Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts are on, because I use Google stuff. The Spotify is probably the easiest way to find it, or just go to BigAreaPhil.com, hit past podcast, and it'll go right to my podcast page. And they're all on there, from 1 to 204. But if you notice the dates on there, they're very timely. Like I talked about the bullfuck virus during the bullfuck virus. I talked about January 6th on January 7th. And you'll hear what I think about that nonsense back then when it was relevant, okay? So if you want to hear kind of an audio version of this, but well edited and not so full of ums and ers and phones going off and fans blowing and sirens going by and other such fucking nonsense, then check out Big Angry Phil podcast. You may fucking enjoy it. And if you enjoy it enough, I may make more. So there you go. But anyway, Callie, check this one out. Check this one out. Our Sunflower's got a question. Are all these letter codes trying to compete with the Alphabet Soup Group? Yes. As a matter of fact, I think they should just come out with a coffee every Pride Month, the LGBTQ latte, right? Tell me that wouldn't be a big fucking seller, because many of these fucking homos already go there. All right. So, speaking of which, and Callie, if you remember my drops on my old podcast, I always and as a matter of fact, there's one in this show, in the show opener song. Which is kind of an offshoot of one from the podcast. But there's a guy on there that says, a very gay-sounding guy that says, it's Sowah. It's Sowah. Where did that come from? Well, you know what? I've got the original video. Speaking of Starbucks and speaking of the mainstream news advertising for it, and could be happy to do it, I will fucking tell you exactly where that drop comes from. This was a review that a morning news team in Boston by the names of Chris McKinnon and Kate Merrill, who, I don't know but Chris McKinnon is no longer there. I don't know about Kate Merrill, but Chris McKinnon is the guy that says, it's Sowah. And if you want to know why he says, it's Sowah, I'm going to show you why he says, it's Sowah. And again, as long as we're talking about the news just shilling for Starbucks and really not doing much else, perfect. God damn it, I thought I turned this piece of shit fucking phone down. What a fucking moron. It's my mom saying good night. Well, thanks, but Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah, there's 3 steps to turning the volume down on that phone. You have to actually turn the volume down. Then you gotta go to settings and turn the rig volume all the way down. Anyway, where was I? Okay, so here's the It's Sowah drop. Okay, California. I'm going to tell you where It's Sowah comes from. Although I think I talked about that on the podcast itself. This is a CBS station in Boston, doing a review on a Halloween Starbucks drink. And I don't know if they still do this drink or not, but this guy apparently was not a big fan of it. And you will hear his review in 2 words in just a second.
Starbucks is getting into the Halloween spirit. The Witch's Brew Frappuccino will be sold for a
Lord.
limited time.
There's a face only a mother can love, right? Yikes. East Coast women. Yeah. Fucking thumbs down.
Starbucks says the drink starts with a purple blend of toad's breath, which tastes like orange cream frappuccino, apparently. Also has a swirl of batworts, which are really chia seeds, and it's topped
Chia seeds are worse than batworts, I would say.
with swamp fog, vanilla whipped cream, and a dusting of green powder called lizard scales. But the scary part, it's about 390 calories.
There he is. So every news team has something like this. They have a kind of ugly, dykey chick, and they have a kind of a really effeminate man there. Yeah. It's, of course, now many of them are not this white nowadays, but this was about 4 years ago. And we'll get to the punchline here. They're going to review this drink because this is really important news, right?
What do you think?
I don't know, but you know what I got?
You know what I got?
Yeah, we just happen to have this.
It's had its time to sit down there and get warm and disgusting, like it wasn't already disgusting. Yeah, Tater, good job, Mom. I know, thanks. She does. Honestly, she doesn't know I do this.
All right, let's put it to the test. We'll see what the deal is.
I don't know. Well, those chia seeds are just come right in at you.
It's sour.
It's Sowah. There he is. Tater, that's where that's from. It's Sowah. First of all, look at the... Starbucks was hoping they would help advertise that, and I think they just scared everybody away. Look at the expression on his face, too, when he takes the sip of the drink.
I don't know, but you know what I got?
You know what I got?
Let's put it to the test. We'll see what the deal is.
I don't know. Well, those chia seeds are just come right in at you.
What?
It's sour.
What the fuck happened to the picture there? Jesus Christ. It'd be nice if the internet would work while I do these stories, you know? But yeah, but that's where the it's Sowah. See, newscasters always try hard to put on a fake accent. But much like the black reporter with the bug fly in his mouth, he got all ghetto. This guy, his Boston comes out as soon as he drinks this purple crap here. His gay Boston accent comes out.
What I got?
Let's put it to the test. We'll see what the deal is.
I don't know. Well, those chia seeds are just come right in at you.
It's sour.
It's Sowah. It's Sowah. Yeah, that's not the endorsement Starbucks was looking for. When Starbucks hires you mainstream shills to push their product, they expect you to enjoy it. I think this guy didn't last much longer at this station after this, actually. It's Sowah. So that's the It's Sowah guy, Callie. That's where that comes from. Ella, what's up? He used to be married. Who used to be? This guy? That guy's gay. You gotta be. Oh, you're talking about Gavin Newton. Oh, he's also gay, allegedly. He sure looks it and sounds it. And his wife is called his life partner. That's not straight man talk. It's Sowah. It's Sowah. Lizard people malfunction. I don't think the local morning news are quite. They're not allowed into the big club yet. This is kind of their introduction. This is kind of their initiation to get into it. This guy failed it. He was supposed to completely just love this Starbucks drink and sing the high praises they were expecting. Instead, we get the greatest drop I've ever had in my life.
What do you think?
Greater than Greta Thunberg.
I don't know, but you know what I got?
You know what I got?
Gavin Newton's a homo. Come on. Politicians get married so people don't think they're a fucking homo.
Let's put it to the test. We'll see what the deal is.
I don't know. Well, those chia seeds are just come right in at you.
It's sour.
I love that shit. It's Sowah. It's Sowah. It's Sowah. So there you go, Callie. That's where It's Sowah came from. There's the man right there. The man, the myth, the legend. They try to promote a Halloween Starbucks drink on the newscast, and he drank it and he damn near threw up. He probably did during the commercial. Gavin Newsom used to be married to Kimberly. You know, that's right. She used to fuck around with one of the Trump kids, right? She's a hoe. Gavin Newsom's a douchebag. There's nothing anybody can say that make me think Gavin Newsom should ever run for president, should ever be the governor of California, which is too late for that. He's a scumbag. He's an asshole. He's a dick face. All right? Fuck Gavin Newton. I would rather vote for Biden again than Gavin Newton. All right? That's how much I fucking can't stand Gavin Newton. Gavin Newton fucking sucks. Gavin Newton, you know what Gavin Newton is? He's like one of these douchey fucking Starbucks drinks that you feel like an asshole ordering. You know what Gavin Newton is? He's this pastry. He's a fucking owl cake poppin' pumpkin cream cheese muffin asshole. That's what the fuck he is. The fuck he is. So yeah, It's Sowah. So this is the consequences, you corporate Americans. If you really want the mainstream media to endorse your product, maybe read the room a little bit, all right? Because a gay guy will probably give you an honest answer because they're looking for detail, all right? You know, they love cutesy shit like this, but this was not cutesy. It was just gross. And chia seeds, that should never be in anything. It looks like Grimace jizzed in the cup. Then it should have a McDonald's logo on it, should it not?
You know what I got?
Let's put it to the test. We'll see what the deal is.
I don't know. Well, those chia seeds are just come right in at you.
It's sour.
It's Sowah. I love that drop. Unfortunately, my machine and OBS software do not work well together, but I will, you know what I'll do? I'll I'll record some of the drops I have in there. I'll put it on my Discord page, and I'll play it during that. There is a Discord page for this part of the this channel, and I got another one for the game channel. There's a link in the box there somewhere, I think. Now, yeah, I'm not really an expert on Discord like you guys. Some of you guys are, but I'm getting there. We'll add some more stuff to the soundboard. I can actually play that during the show, and not have to worry about this old school sampler, which barely works. I have the It's Sowah drop and a lot of Greta Thunberg crap on there, so there you go. California, Ford, are you going to defend Gavin Newsom? I'm going to keep you in the corner or lock you in there if you defend fucking Gavin Newsom at all. Bob has every right to defend Gavin, to make fun of Gavin Newsom, because even the rest of the country, because he's running around the country acting like he's running for president, so now the rest of the country gets to see what an asswipe he is. He's an asswipe. Although I gotta say, Bob, your governor over there, Pritchard, he's a big fat asswipe. He makes Newsom seem sort of presentable. Holy fuck. It's Sowah. Well, anyway, another big story that kind of landed in our laps lately. Jimmy Fallon, yeah, he's one of those late night talk show hosts, right? He took over the Tonight Show. That's right. That was Johnny Carson's old gig. This guy took that shit over. And I gotta get another beer because I'm choking to fucking death here. Hang on 1 second, please. It's Sowah. 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 You know what that reminds me of? Remember Jay Sherman, who was the movie critic? He had that show, The Critic, but he was on The Simpsons before that. And every time some bad movie would come out, he's it stinks. It stinks. It's Sowah. It stinks. It's Sowah. You deserve a spanking? Yes, you do. You really do. Callie Ford doesn't belong in the corner. Hey, you know the rules around here. You know the rules. But again, look at all the comedian shares Jimmy Fallon, Newsweek, Jimmy Fallon, USA Today, Jimmy Fallon, Newsweek, Jimmy Fallon, CNN again, Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy fucking Fallon. Jesus Christ. Nobody talks about Jimmy Fallon when Jimmy Fallon actually hosts the Tonight Show, which, again, God knows how that fucking happened. Let's see. Fucking Tonight Show. You had Jack Parr, who started. You had Johnny Carson for all those years. And you had Jay Leno for all those years. And once in a while, you have some guest hosts like Joan Rivers and other people. And then they gave it to Conan O'Brien, and then they decided, nah, we're going to send it back to New York. And we're going to give it to Jimmy Fallon. And fucking Conan O'Brien really got fucked, because Conan O'Brien used to be in New York when he did the Late Show, the show after the Tonight Show. He did that from New York, and then when he was offered the Tonight Show, he moved to L.A. He moved all his shit to L.A., and he got here and he said, nah, this ain't working out. Sorry, we're gonna pay you off, and we're gonna have Jay come back for a little while. And then Conan stayed here, and he did the Conan O'Brien show on TBS for a while. Now that's gone, so I don't know what Conan's up to these days. I think he does a podcast or something. But I gotta be honest with you, I was never a big Conan O'Brien fan either. I never thought he was funny, but he's definitely better than these clowns are on late night TV now. Holy shit, you got Jimmy Fallon. You have two unfunny Jimmys. There's nothing worse than two limp Jimmys, right? Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel. Who's got that? John Oliver, who was the guy that used to be on The Daily Show. Well, The Daily Show was good. Now, he's just another wah Trump guy with an English accent. Then you've got... Who else is there? Who's on CBS? I don't even know. Fucking... Seth Meyers, I think, is off after Fallon. And then... Stephen Colbert. Jeez, how can I forget that? that genius, that brilliant intellect. You kind of like Letterman? Yeah, but that was back in the era which everybody's trying to forget now. You know, the Letterman era, the Johnny Carson era. Back when you actually make jokes and political ones, and you have to be one-sided. You actually joke about both parties. Imagine that fucking concept, right? Anyway. Yeah, here we go. Oh, yeah, doesn't he? He's so funny. He looks like he's not dressed for work. Remember all these clowns when they all had to do Zoom shows and they wouldn't let audiences in these during the bullfuck virus? Remember that silliness? Well, now we have a writer's strike going on. So none of these dipshits have done any live shows since May. And does anybody miss them? Does anybody miss them at all? Conan O'Brien wrote for The Simpsons very briefly, Sunflower. He was on there for 2 seasons, and that was it. He did write a couple of good episodes. He wrote the Monorail episode, which is probably his most famous one. All right. Jon Stewart. Yeah, but Jon Stewart's not hosting anything now. Jon Stewart was on The Daily Show, which, again, was good when he hosted it. When he left, that show started to suck. And everybody who was a correspondent on there started doing their own shows, and they all sucked. They all turned into wah Trump, even though some of them were Canadians. Like, what do you even know about fucking Trump? You know? He wasn't good, Jon Stewart, but he was good on The Daily Show. I thought he was a good host. He was the best host it's had, I think. Everything since then has absolutely sucked. And it's all turned just as left wing as everything else there. I mean, Stewart at least used to make fun of both sides. I'll give him that. As all of them did. But then now you're not allowed to do that anymore. Now it either has to be, you have to be a complete lefty or you're off TV. That's pretty much it. Thank you, Callie. Thank you for pouring through that library of fucking podcasts. All right? I definitely commend you for that. You know what? I will take you out of the corner for the next 5 shows for doing that. There you go. But after the 6th show, you go right back in. Anyway, what happened to this Jimmy Fallon? Why is he even all over the fucking news? Unless this is some fake outrage to get ratings. Although there can't be any ratings because they're not doing any shows because the writer's strike's going on. And God forbid these guys actually write a joke themselves or anything, right? You need a room full of untalented dipshits, and the untalented dipshits are out marching around the streets. So there's no Jimmy Fallon. There's no Jimmy Kimmel. There's no Stephen Colbert. There's no Seth Meyers. And there's no... whoever else. Doesn't even matter. Jimmy Fallon has apologized. Oh boy, whenever they apologize for something, they're just complete pussies. And they had a gun to their head and they were made to do it by lawyers, by the studio, or both. Let's see. He apologized to his colleagues over allegations outlined in a Rolling Stone story. Published Thursday, of course. Yeah, Rolling Stone. Yeah, when Rolling Stone, again, when the left eats the left, because Rolling Stone has always been ultra left. Again, they publish all the same horseshit all the mainstream media does. Even when the magazines are supposed to be about rock and roll, there's nothing about rock and roll in there. It's all about transgenderism and Stunning and Brave and then this kind of shit here. Sunflowers, Jon Stewart does The Problem with Jon Stewart. Nobody watches that. It's on Apple TV. Nobody watches that. It's just more left-wing horseshit, Sunflowers. Do you watch that show? I'll bet it's really good, right? I've seen clips of it. It's horrible. It's just more wah Trump, wah white people, wah Trump. Yeah. We don't have enough of that on every other fucking channel, right? Oh, Craig Ferguson he left quite a while ago. You know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of fucking, what's that fat English guy? Seth, not Rogen, but you know what I'm talking about. Fucking, he just left himself. Whoever the big fat English guy was on the Late Show on CBS after Colbert. During a Zoom call, well, if he was accused of something, why would he say, listen, I'm not going to talk about it, my lawyers, this is an ongoing investigation. Why would he apologize for something he may not have done? By apologizing, now you have to admit you're admitting you've done something, even if you haven't. It hasn't gone to court, hasn't been a trial, there hasn't been a fucking investigation. It's just Rolling Stone said something. You know what it really is? I'll bet it is. He had Trump on his show when everybody else was scared to have him on, and he was kind of joking with him, which you're not allowed to do, instead of putting him down, which you're supposed to do. That's probably what it really is. He was the easiest on Trump out of all the other dipshits there. That's got to be what it is. He wasn't way at Trump enough. During a Zoom call with the staff of The Tonight Show held after the story published, Fallon reportedly said he did not intend to create that type of atmosphere for the show. Yeah, he certainly didn't insert any comedy into the show. When does that ever happen? Sunflowers, how long do you think it'll take for Hollywood to finally get rid of late night? Well, until they get rid of network TV, which is another thing they should have done a long time ago, I don't think it's going anywhere, even though nobody watches it. I mean, I don't know who the fuck watches network TV for anything. They still have soap operas on. They still have fucking reruns. They still have tons of bullshit news on there. So, good fucking Lord. Callie, the opening of the podcast makes you gets you soaking. You know, nobody's ever said that before about the podcast, but I will make that notes, and that should be an advertisement for the show. Thank you. Jesus Christ. Yeah, and again, this is another one of these shows. Everybody watches some of these hosts, like Ellen, right? Everybody thought, oh, Ellen's the queen of nice. They called Ellen the queen of nice when she replaced Rosie O'Donnell, who was the queen of cunt. They actually called her the queen of nice when her show was on. Again, they try to paint these images of whoever the host actually is before the host even takes over the show, and it just goes 180. Somebody on there finally spills the beads. Look, it's film sets, TV sets it's always a chaotic environment. It doesn't matter what the fucking program is. People are always running around, walking on eggshells. Always have to worry about what the fuck you say. You know, you got a big HR department always leering over their shoulders. So, you know, I'm sure somebody out there probably, again, I'll bet you somebody got PTSD from Trump appearing on the show several years ago, and is probably now raising a stink about it. This is what this is all about. And this pussy, of course, has to apologize because, again, he has no backbone. And if you host a late night show in this day and age, you have no fucking backbone. You're just a robot. You're a corporate shill. And now you don't even have that gig because we have a writer's strike, and that ain't going away any fucking time soon. It's now been 4 months of that. And the SAG strike probably isn't helping in case you want to do some skits with some SAG actors, you know? Also not happening. Bob, yes, the JLM has mentioned that Act 2 of 2013. Yeah, whenever they said, hey media, you know, we know nobody watches you, first of all, but the few people do probably tend not to think for themselves. So let's have you all steer one direction down the political aisle, and you must adhere to this and this and that and that, and you have to get all this input from China that you wouldn't have gotten before, and you have to suck it up and take it, or else you're out of a job. Oh yeah, by the way, you have to get vaxxed too, or else you're out of a job. What's it gonna be? Oh my. Your neighbor across the street bought a box of masks. Oh yeah, your neighbor who's scared to hear anybody cough. Yes, I remember that. I fucking remember that. Oh, you fucking were blaring the podcast with a bunch of Karens around. You trying to get me fucking killed? Shit.
I'm gonna find who that guy is.
Well, would you believe those same 5 out-of-work late-night cucks are now doing a podcast together? That's right. They're doing a podcast together. And if you think anybody in the media is going to put it down and make fun of it and not just suck their ass and advertise it like it's the greatest thing since sliced bread, you would mistake. Here's how the media portrays this. And I will show you how it actually sounds. And there's a huge discrepancy.
Where can you find the top 5 hosts of late night television all at the same time?
They're all dead. Oh, what? You mean these 5 losers? Nobody cares. Nobody fucking cares. These guys all suck. He sucks. He sucks. He sucks. He sucks. He sucks. These two came from Saturday Night Live, so Lord Michael produces those two shows. He was the correspondent on The Daily Show, and he was good on that. But again, once that show disbanded, everybody else on there proved that they are talentless hacks. Including this guy, he was also one of them, and they gave him his own show, The Colbert Report, which was actually enjoyable. I actually love it. But again, this is back when you were allowed to do political satire. You're not anymore. You just have to get on there, go wah Trump, wah Republicans, wah white people, wah Trump, wah Republicans, wah white people. Even if you used to wear blackface, this guy right here, right? And they haven't told a joke in over 10 years.
Your favorite late night hosts are teaming up, but not where you'd expect. Hollywood's been hit hard with a Writers Guild of America strike.
And nobody seems too sad about it either. The majority of Americans, and listen, I work in the business, this shit has been killing us, okay? But the majority of Americans say, good, go fuck yourself, nobody cares, all your shows suck. And if this is the claptrap you're riding, just stay on strike for the rest of your lives and be evicted to your own house. Fine with us.
Strike, TV shows on pause.
But you got to remember, too, a lot of the crews, the people actually do the work, they're suffering the most. These cocksuckers, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Fuck these people.
Writers on the streets. But from this chaos, an idea was born. The top late night legends turned to...
Evan, who watches those shows? I don't know anybody. I certainly don't know. But again, this when they leave the channel, when you leave the station on in the nursing home, and nobody knows how to change the channel, there's one TV with 100 old people watching it. You'll tend to have this on. Oh, it's that young man who does the jokes at 11 o'clock. Although I can't imagine too many old people are up when this shit airs. Because you think they know how to stream anything? Right? No, of course not. Kokobi, what's up?
Zoom. Enter Strike Force 5, a brand new podcast the hosts are putting on Spotify. Expect hilarious...
There you go, Callie. After you're done with the Big Angry Phil podcast, switch over to the Strike Force 5. I'm sure it's fucking hilarious.
Conversations and compelling stories, but with the reactions and responses of them all, and probably a lot of impromptu jokes.
Oh, jokes, yeah. Oh, yeah, joke. Ones that, they took a bunch of old scripts home that their writers, all the jokes the writers wrote for them before the strike, they took that home with them, yeah. You think this unfunny Dick Water came up with a joke on his own? Even when he was on the Man Show, I never thought he was funny. I think this guy was just such an asshat. I don't know if he's still best friends with Adam Carolla. They used to have a production company together. A lot of people don't know that.
But it's not just about the laughs. It's about supporting the unsung heroes of late night. Every penny from the podcast goes to the out-of-work staff from their shows. A true testament to the unity and camaraderie of the late night community.
Hang on, let me interrupt that to read this little Sunflowers quote here. Sunflowers, I'm going to have to put you in the corner for this one. I really wish the writers' actor strike was over. I want to see the new season of Grey's Anatomy. Sunflowers, go to the corner. Get out of here with that fucking nonsense. Grey's Anatomy sucks balls. Network TV sucks balls. Go to the corner. Randy, you make sure she stays there, too. Jesus Christ.
Excited for Strike Force 5? Hit the like button, click subscribe, and let us know in the comments which host you're most excited to hear.
Oh, hey guys, which host are you most excited to hear in Strike Force 5? Is it Jimmy Kimmel? Is it Seth Meyers? Is it John Oliver? Is it Stephen Colbert? Or is it Jimmy Fallon, who's kind of in a little trouble with his staff there? Which one of those do you really want to hear in a podcast, huh? Do you really want to hear? Well, let's see how they put out their trailer for their podcast. I'm sure it's 100% professional, and let's see the kind of work they could do without their wonderful striking writers. And of course, they have to pretend they're all in their house and not really on the same stage with a green screen, right?
More time, Jimmy.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Jimmy Fallon.
I'm Stephen Colbert.
I'm Jimmy Kimmel. I thought when you said Jimmy, you meant me, Jimmy, but you meant Jimmy.
I always mean...
I love how he pretends he's up in some attic or something. I was like, this is a set. There's some set. They're at Podcast One or one of those places. Get the fuck out of here. Show business... Yeah, I know. I realize they're not taping their show, but, you think they're just doing this on their own, and some studio didn't decide, hey, guys, people really miss you, No, nobody does. Nobody fucking does.
And you.
But when you say Seth Meyers, who do you mean?
I mean John Oliver.
It's the five of us together, for maybe an hour a day.
Strike.
Aren't you just laughing your asses off already? Yeah, they say, hey guys, I got a really good idea. Let's pretend like we don't know what we're doing. And, even though everybody's been, a lot of people have been podcasting for 15 years now. We're new to this, though. Be gentle. We're going to screw this up and have the camera go to the wrong guy. And all. This is a bit. They thought this was going to land. And it just looks horrible. And nobody wants to see these dickheads on their actual show, much less off their actual show. Because now you get to see what untalented hacks they really fucking are.
One more time, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Fallon.
I'm Stephen Colbert.
I'm Jimmy Kimmel. I thought when you said Jimmy, you meant me, Jimmy, but you meant Jimmy.
I always mean you.
But when you
By the way, you fuckers are competing networks. Now you're all buddy. Oh, get the fuck out of here. Show business is such fucking ass.
That's Myers. Who do you mean?
I mean John Oliver.
It's the five of us together for maybe an hour a day.
Strike Force 5 is the name of our podcast. Subscribe to it now.
So, how would you guys like to hear some of the first episode, huh? You want to see how funny these guys could really be? I certainly would. If I get a copyright strike for this, well, fuck it.
What would happen
Do I
if
give a
5
shit?
of America's top 11 most below...
I wonder if the comments are still on. Over an hour of 5 middle-aged dudes with more money and time they know what to do with. We need the video feed of this. No, we do not. If you have insomnia, just play this at bedtime. We'll push you right out. Doesn't look like it's too favorable here. Again, unless you're an old lady in the nursing home, you really love that Jimmy, what's his name there? Jimmy something, Jimmy. Here we go. Let's see if these guys can prove the naysayers like myself that this is really worth the time and the listen.
Both talk show hosts all talked on top of each other for an hour. We're about to find out on the first ever edition of Strike Force 5. Let's meet the Strike Force, starting with the former host of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert from his headquarters in South Carolina, Stephen Colbert.
Yeah, he's really in South Carolina. Sure he is. He's been saying that since his old show. He does his show from New York City. New York City! Why are you subjected to this? Hey, listen. People need to know the truth. People need to know the truth. Okay? The mainstream media is not promoting this. They promoted that clip. They promoted the shit out of the fact that, holy shit, they're all getting a new podcast. Oh, yes, they did. But they didn't play anything from new content. They played stuff from their old shows. But they didn't play anything from this. I, as the hard-working man of God that I am going to play. Now, we won't play the whole hour. Jesus fucking Christ. Let's just see if we can get a taste of what these fine gentlemen have to offer.
Hello, Jimmy. It's an honor to be here.
This is where we should all applaud each other. It is an honor to be with you here, Stephen. Next, from his home studio in Long Island, where he stays up late every night recording himself singing along with the Bee Gees karaoke, the former host of The Tonight Show, Jimmy Fallon. Hello, Jimmy Fallon.
I guess it's supposed to be funny. They're saying former host because they can't do anything because their poor writers are out striking for the 4th month in a row. When?
Hey!
Coco, I'm already sick. I'm sorry. I don't think unfunny douchebags can make your fever go higher, but I am not a medical professional. I am professional enough to say do not ever get the jabs and don't wear fucking masks. But you already knew that.
Hey, thank you. So happy to be here. This is exciting. Good morning.
Hey, at least there's no picture to go with it. At least you can thank me for that.
To the listeners, for the purposes of this podcast, Jimmy will be known as Tammy from here on. And then Jimmy's upstairs TV neighbor. Fans of this show know him as the cute one, the Nick Carter to our Backstreet Boys.
He made a Backstreet Boys reference. Now, if the writers make them unfunny, you can see what their own natural talents are doing. Strike Force 5, am I right? What? You guys, you know what you guys should do? You should come up with, what would you call this podcast? If you were whoever the brilliant mind was that put this together, what should the name of this podcast be? other than Strike Force 5? Unfunny Douchebag 5? How to Work Hack 5? What would you call this thing?
Unemployment.
Didn't Fallon get in trouble for being a shitty boss? Yeah, we alluded to that a little bit. He already came out and apologized for it, so it's okay now. Even though no investigation or anything has ever been done, he just automatically assumed he did it because he probably is a shitty boss. I can't imagine a guy who's that stiff on camera probably being much of a personality off camera either. I mean, just as Ellen DeGeneres.
Employment's own Seth Meyers. Seth,
It's just so exciting to be talking before 12:37 at night.
say hello to the lady, Seth. Tell us what color.
Oh, it's gonna make you throw up, Coco. Yes, that's. Although with these guys, they might make your fever higher. It's, you know, being listening to unfunny shit for a long time does make you physically and mentally ill. It does.
What color are your eyes?
The Unfunny 5, yes, that'd be
a
one.
lot of the night last night. I can't figure it out.
I've been told ocean blue, Jimmy.
And for those who will criticize,
You know, you got to understand, there are a lot of comedians that have podcasts. Like Bill Burr has had a podcast for a long time. And it's usually a good listen until he brings his wife on. Then I have to turn it off. But a lot of comedians, a lot of talented actors and show business people actually have good podcasts. Did these guys really think they were going to jump on this bandwagon this late in the game? They really thought people missed them this bad for not having a new show in 4 months? This is usually when they be in reruns anyway, so what is the fucking problem? And by the way, it's not like they would tell any new jokes. It'd be the same wah Trump shit they always fucking do, right?
Size us who say we don't need a show hosted by a group of 4 middle-aged straight white men. We bring you a 5th middle-aged straight white man, but this one is
I'm not sure how straight they are. That's the only issue I have.
from England, which is an entirely different country. He is the currently force majeured former host of Last Week Tonight, John Oliver. Hello, John.
The Dildo 5. No, he came up with a good name with Dildo and fuck, what was it? I already forgot. It had me laughing though.
Hello, Kimmel.
It was a comedy duo for 2 really unfunny fuckers.
First, I'd say Seth's eyes are Gatorade blue, but you know, reasonable.
Oh God, yeah. There's nothing I'd rather do than hear an English guy talk. I could barely understand what English people fucking say. That's why I don't like English comedians. I can't. I don't think English comedians are funny, mainly because I can't understand what the fuck they're saying.
If you can disagree. Also, I cannot believe you're the only one who gets to have a soundboard. I didn't know we were doing soundboards. That changes everything.
They're not expensive, John Oliver. I know HBO is probably not paying you what network TV is paying these jackholes, but you can get a soundboard. I mean, they're on the Discord page, for fuck's sakes. They're not that hard.
He mentioned we are the Strike Force 5.
Yeah. Mr. Pliskin is super stoked for the Strike Force 5. Well, we gotta have somebody out there.
Yeah, we mentioned that twice already, Jimmy Kimmel. Do you want to explain what this is and how did we get?
What is Jimmy?
Yeah. What is Strike Force 5? How did that start you, Mr. Kimmel?
That's all he does is keep playing that thunder sound effect. That's all he's got. Say, whoa, look at me. I'm playing a sound effect. Jesus fucking Christ. Ike, we go over there and show how to do a podcast, please, for Christ's sakes.
Oh, I see. Every time you say the name,
Yep, of course.
it'll happen. Well, that's a good warning. That's a good warning.
It's for everyone. It's not just for me. This is a Zoom.
This would be like listening to Howard Stern now, as much of a cuck as he turned into. I was a huge Stern fan on the radio. We moved to satellite, and the more he was on satellite, the less I liked him, and I really don't like him now because he's turned into another one of these guys, a wad Trump, wad Trump, wad Trump. And he's afraid of the bullfuck virus. His wife is about to leave him.
That we've been doing since the WGA strike started. When was that? How many years ago did the WGA?
115 days, something like that now?
May 2nd, baby.
The last time there was a writer's strike, there wasn't a lot of communication between the late night hosts, and as a result, there was a lot of nonsense that went on. So Stephen suggested we get together and...
Oh, this was Stephen Colbert's idea. Well, thanks, Stephen. Thanks for being an absolute cuck and giving the American people something they absolutely did not ask for.
Talk through our issues and whatever.
Jesus Christ, Coco's had it, Callie's had it, kids have had it. I know other people have had it. They're spraying some shit around right now. They're spraying extra mosquitoes too. More GMOs being released.
We're dealing with, and
Did Stephen suggest this?
Stephen did suggest this. Yeah,
I did suggest this, Fallon.
When you say
why are you rewriting history?
I'm
Again.
just kind of looking through my emails just to make sure who suggested.
Suggested what?
Oh, that we talk.
That we talk as part of what group?
Oh, Steven definitely.
God, these guys suck. These guys suck. I mean, if you went into a Bob, if you went into a bar, if you went to the bar that you hang out at, about 2 hours before closing time and just held a tape recorder to somebody's face, you could record some much more interesting conversation than what these 5 dick faces are fucking. What are they? These guys just suck. They fucking suck. They absolutely suck. Unfucking believable, the suckage here. And they have such sticks up their ass, they don't realize how bad they suck.
Came up with Strike Force 5.
Diplo and that's right, Diplo, because I was talking about Diplo, the DJ. Thanks, right. Again, my memory has really been fading, and I think it's for years of wearing fucking N95 masks and inhaling the chemicals within, and I think it's fucked my brain.
I can't believe I fell for that.
Explain this podcast before everybody stops listening.
They're all talking through Zoom, too, so all have shitty connections. You guys are a fucking joke. How the fuck long is this gonna fucking last? This is on Spotify, too, so again, if you're on Spotify, this is just wonderful shit.
Blowing things up.
So like on May 3rd, I think was the first time we got together.
Coco, what was I just saying? GMO mosquitoes. They are releasing millions of them into the air. They are all around the country. It's a fucking project. It's been going on. It's exactly what they're doing. Because I've noticed I've gotten a hell of a lot more mosquito bites than I ever gotten, and that rarely happens. Unless I'm going to Florida or something. But yeah, that's a thing. They're doing that shit. So let's go Brandon on that one.
Like literally one day in.
We talked before, remember? Because we thought it would be forthcoming.
But that was before we were the Strike Force 5.
Would it be fair to say that in 2008 the host didn't get along quite as well as we do? I know it's an incredibly low bar, but that was a sequence of dying marriages that they were.
Again, I want you guys got to come up with some better names for this podcast. Strike Force 5 sucks, and definitely the people on it suck, but they're not going to change that. But they can change the name to something a little more catching and something maybe a little more relatable. What would you guys call this podcast?
Engaged.
Who were these people?
Suck Force 5. That's pretty good.
Well, in 2005, it was you, Kimmel,
Me, Conan, Letterman, Jay Leno.
Yeah, look up GMO mosquitoes. That's right. Lab-based mosquitoes. They released. Bill Gates is behind this project too. They released a whole shit ton of them in the air. They've been doing it for years. What they're telling us is to fight malaria, but we didn't have a malaria problem here. What is it? What are they really up to? And what are they injecting us with?
No?
Again, mainstream media. Nowhere near that story.
I think Craig Ferguson was doing a late show at that time.
And me and John.
And you and John.
Randy, Canada may not have implemented it, but they're doing it here. They're definitely doing it here.
Comedy Central, yeah, that was it. That was the group. Eventually,
Cuck Force 5, I like that one. Libtards 5 is another good one. I'm gonna write these down. Libtards 5. Of course, then we have to name the libtards because there's so many libtards with the podcast now. It's which 5 libtards are we talking about exactly? Oh, comedian libtards, not political retards. Libtards. Cuck Force 5, I do like a lot.
Actually, Letterman and Ferguson came back before we did, and we were all mad.
But how did they come back?
Yeah, because they actually told jokes.
Because Worldwide Pants was its own production company that Dave financed, and then he sold it to CBS as his own studio.
Yeah, meanwhile, Jimmy Fallon, who's talking now, has been Lorne Michaels' lackey for, 25 years now? Going back to his SNL days. And has always been unfunny, much like Pete Davidson is now. Yeah. He's always been a corporate stooge. He's never been funny, and here we are.
And so Dave said, what do you guys want? Sure, you can have that. That's how I understand it, in case Dave is listening. If you'd like to come on and correct the record, we'd be honored.
If we wanted to make
the Monkeypox 5. That's a good one. Monkeypox 5. Surprised they haven't brought the old Monkeypox back. I'm sure they're working on it.
Make this the Strike Force 6, yeah.
Success. How you doing?
Sound effect?
Strike. No, that's not.
Lords of Soy. Bob's got some good ones. Lords of Soy is great.
That is not the sound effect for Strike Force 6.
No.
That is not the sound effect for Strike Force 6.
If you're listening,
Beta Force
and you
5
can't
also
see,
good.
Kimmel's got his finger over the button this whole time. He's so worried.
Yeah, you're gonna let Kimmel be in charge of the sound effects. Yeah, good job. The least talented of this bunch right here.
He's not going to be able to get it up there.
The hippie 5. I don't know. I've laughed at hippies before. You know, when they fall in the mud at Woodstock or get stuck in the mud at Burning Man. I've never laughed at these assholes. I don't know. That might be an insult to hippies.
Right here.
This is the sound effect. This is the sound effect for Strike Force 6. Oh shit!
Are you?
Of course, they can't find it. Can't find the drop.
Are you showing us a text?
And since this is not a visual medium, right now Steven has his assistant in the room. And
He's wrestling him,
and she's taking a trombone out of the cakes.
God damn, these guys suck. And we're waiting for them to come back. We really want to hurry up this writer's strike so these 5 turds could get back on and just belt out the unfunny shit that they wrote for them instead of the unfunny shit that they came up with them themselves. Got it. I see. You're right, Sunflowers. When are they going to get rid of late night shows? They all suck, and you got to get rid of network TV in general. All right. I'm really amazed at how many people still have basic cable. Because I know so many people that they're complaining because Spectrum and Disney had a dispute, so ESPN and the ABC stations were missing from the lineup. Like, so suck. But it's college football season. Unfortunately, ESPN shows some of the games, but you can stream those things on insert fucking name here on Sling on fucking YouTube TV. There's unfortunately all the streaming services all charge out of the ass too, like the cable, but you don't need the cable anymore. At least get rid of it. Get rid of that and get rid of satellite. For Christ's sakes, you don't need either one of those anymore.
He's making her do this live.
Oh, she's freezing up. She's nervous. She's freezing up.
Oh my God, it's not a
Coco, I am proud of you. Good job.
trombone.
Good job for saying no jab. Thank you. Callie, I hate that you got it. I really do. But at least you know now not to do it again. Not to get any boosters when they tell you. And they're gonna hammer that home all winter. Believe me.
Oh God!
Whereas these 5 cuckholes here, well, they all claim to get the shots. As most anybody who's remember, these assholes all did vaccine skits and shit during the bullfuck virus. Especially Colbert, he was really over the top with it. Get the jab, 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 get the jab. Remember, all these dickheads did this shit. All these fuckers. Do you think any one of them have it? No, they fucking. They're exempt. They're exempt. Anybody on camera shilling for the vaccine is exempt from taking the vaccine.
Steven!
Oh my God, it's a hacksaw.
Listen, what is this cable you speak of exactly? Yeah, you'd think people would know better, but Jesus Christ, they still pay for Spectrum cable. Why does that even exist?
Hey, the reason we're doing this.
1 man, 5 dildos. I think it's 5 men, 1 dildo, Pliskin, but I like that one. I think we make it 5 men, 1 dildo. What do you think about that? They share. Because they're broke, of course, because these poor millionaires haven't worked in 4 years. I'd say 4 men, 1 dildo. And 1 cup.
Is because we are financially
The Cuckold 5, yes. I think we have something close to that. The Cuck Force 5.
supporting members of our staff. There are hundreds of members of our staffs, writers.
Seth Meyers was never funny. Has Seth Meyers even spoken during this whole thing? They all talk over him. He's like that kid in PE class that gets picked last.
You name it, everyone that works on the TV show.
The Butt Hurt 5, yeah. The Butt Hurt 5, the Butthole 5, sure. The Butthole Surfers. Why not?
So is out of work right now, and so all the money we make for this show goes to them, largely thanks.
All the work they raise from this show is going to go to the out of work writers. Oh, gee, don't we all feel great about that? By the way, how much money are they going to raise from this show, especially when it gets canceled after the 10th episode or so? How much possibly could this show be making?
To our presenting sponsors, Diageo, which
It's
is
not like they dug Johnny Carson up from the grave somehow and got David Letterman and Jay Leno together. No, I don't even want to listen to them either, quite frankly. But these five late night legends, oh, they're legendarily awful, is what they are.
is the company that makes Casamigos Tequila, our sponsor for this show, Kettle One, Bullet, Aviation Gin, many of your favorite spirits, and Mint Mobile, thanks to our friend Ryan Reynolds, who also owns
Coco, exactly. My body, my choice. Yeah, I love how that only applies to abortion and not getting the fucking shots. I love that. No, your body, our choice.
Aviation Gin is doing a double for us. They were very eager to help us support our writers and staffs. They came.
Thank you, Diageo. Thank you, Mint Mobile.
We could not be more grateful.
Mint Mobile. Anybody use that? Diageo. What the fuck is that? What Chinese corporation is that exactly?
Actually, who among you is the?
Oh, let's sponsor the 5 most funny American on planet. Oh, fuck you.
He's grateful for this.
Where's Ting Ting when we need her? Jesus Christ.
Gesture that has been made by Diageo and Mint.
I'd probably be willing to say Lee Kimmel because you texted yesterday to say they wanted to send some bottles of their product over, and I wasn't sure how they were going to do that.
Yeah, this is funny. You break the fourth wall and tell us the free shit the sponsors give us. Yeah, that makes for really interesting banter, you English fucktick.
But I was not expecting a knock at my door and a guy just handing me a black plastic bag.
Okay, if you're probably not able to see this right now, but John Oliver is holding up. What does that say on John? Thank you for
shopping here.
Thank you for shopping here. I think.
Aren't we sad that we can't see the video version of this? Aww. I'm sure it would make the jokes really land.
It's from a bodega. I think the guy went to a bodega, bought various Diageo products, and then I carried this to the studio this morning, and someone saw me carrying.
Somebody should beat you over the head with
6 bottles of premium alcohol. Said I didn't know the strike was going that badly. I said yes, it is, and kept walking.
Hey, what have people been saying to you guys? Like when you run into people on the street or at the bodega or wherever, what do they say to you?
You enjoying the vacation?
Yeah, right.
Get that a lot.
I'm getting that.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Nobody's saying you guys fucking suck or anything, or who are you?
This is, and I usually say this is like a vacation in the same way a colonoscopy is like a nap.
Even Ed McMahon wouldn't laugh at that. Yeah, no. As much as he had to laugh at Johnny Carson's unfunny shit, he wouldn't even laugh at this.
You're unconscious for both of them, but one of them is really what you want on a regular basis. I want to go back to our sponsors for a second here. I'm very grateful.
Yeah, that's more interesting than what we had to say.
Well, I might be on the other end of Oliver here, who has no gratitude, but I'm incredibly gratitude not only for Casamigos and for Mint Mobile, but for that combination, because that's a fantastic. You just like drink a ton of tequila and then use your Mint Mobile device to text someone who used to love you.
Ex-girlfriend? Yeah.
Okay, someone name an ex-girlfriend. Everyone name the ex-girlfriend they shouldn't text right now.
Beyonce.
Wait,
you dated Beyonce?
Oh, it's so funny. Yeah, he was in the same room with Beyonce at the Oscars one year. You guys, I'm gonna make a joke about dating Beyonce. Yeah, good lord, she would kick you right in the cunt.
Not that one. No, it's Beyonce O'Reilly. He knew her in
she's
in the Bronx.
And you know what? What I respect about her, she didn't. Once the other Beyonce made it big, she didn't change her name. She stuck with it.
They even have to do the fake laughter on this thing. That's how bad this is. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, I can't wait for these guys to get back on TV. Can you?
She did change her last name though. She changed to Beyonce Sherman. Didn't help.
Hey, I also want to say while we're talking about our staffs over the course of this podcast, because we have researchers, producers, writers, all these people. I think you're really going to feel their absence.
And they still can't make you any good. Jesus Christ. So why get on here and prove that you suck? This was a horrible idea, Stephen Colbert, if this indeed was your idea. But they're so fucking out of touch. They have their heads so far up their ass that they think we all missed them this fucking much that they got to put out this fucking nonsense. Oh my. Or as stupid George Takei was saying, oh my.
While you listen to the five of us talk without their help. And
researchers for sure, because
that'll really
no one's
My blood is platinum blood. I never put that shit in my fucking body, Coco. I'll tell you what.
fact checking anything we say.
Their absence will be felt, and you'll realize how important it is for us to take care of them, because they're really all amazing.
Let's find out what each of you how you've been keeping busy over the summer. Now, Stephen, I know you took your son to college.
Yes, that was just a couple days ago, though.
Did you cry when you dropped him off?
No, this is the third one, and this is year 3. So that would be a little odd.
Did you cry?
Odd to cry.
First one dropped off?
Oh, hell yeah. We all dropped. Wait, my daughter was first. We dropped her off, and then all 4 of us. I don't know if her brothers cried. I think we might have cried enough for everybody. Evie and I in the front seat, driving away, holding hands, driving down the parkway.
This is such testosterone killing shit. I mean, again, what do you think these guys would talk about? I don't know, maybe who their comedian heroes were. I've been listening to later episodes of this. I didn't even know this existed until I saw that trailer last week. Fucking maybe how they used to watch Johnny Carson or something like that. What the fuck are they even going on and on about here? Making Beyonce jokes and making fucking in-sync references and shit. Holy fucking shit.
Did you look back at the dorm room?
No, but I did.
They ain't getting on my goddamn plasma. I'll tell you fucking what. I will be charging $80 billion for it. See if they want to cough that up.
Did find Evie standing quietly weeping in my daughter's room. I opened the door and I went, "What are you doing in here?" And she just was looking around, slowly turning, looking around the room, crying. And I had to close the door and go, you can't go in there. That is like Marie Curie's lab. No one goes in there ever again.
Does your son know? Did he take note of the fact that you didn't cry when he was dropped off at college?
He's a guy, man. No emotions. Man. Come on, cry.
I'd rather watch or listen to paint dry. I know, listening to the paint crackle, or listening to flies buzz around the room, or even listening to a yappy dog. Oh, I got a yappy dog story. A couple people know this, but fucking. I was on the road. I was coming back through Northern California. I stopped in Sacramento, California, which is, God knows how that shithole became the capital of California, but it is because of the gold rush days. And I can also sort of understand why Gavin Newter never wants to stay in Sacramento. It sucks, okay? It's like Glendale, California, but Glendale has more going on. All right, so anyway, it's 4 o'clock. I need to stop and get gas and then get something to eat too. So I get to the gas station, and the easiest thing to get to and get through is a Carl's Jr. I thought, well, shit, I've been on the road for a while, so I'm going to stop in and actually sit down and eat in the dining room and actually use the self-serve fucking soda machine before they all take it away. It's all nice and empty there. It's 4 o'clock. It's not the lunch rush or anything like that. Get one of those Western bacon cheeseburgers, which used to be good, but not as good anymore. Sit down, and not fucking 3 minutes later, this twat, this old meth head, which Sacramento has plenty of, by the way, comes in with this big red hat, a red sundress, and carrying a container with a little yapping dog in it. Now, yes, I'm glad it wasn't running around loose, okay? But why are we bringing this in a Carl's Jr.? Okay? Why did you go through the drive-thru? Why do we all have to now hear this thing go yip, 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 yip? And boy, the fuck did it. It did that, and it squeaked, and it makes that fucking annoying dog, squeaky pussy dog noise. And this bitch couldn't be happier. It's making, not only is it making all that noise, this bitch is also on one of those lovely two-way calls where we get to hear the other slut on the speaker talk to each other in the most annoying voices on the planet.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'm having trouble hearing on this phone. Can you hear me?
Well, she's not holding it like this. She's got the speaker on.
Oh, yeah, I can hear you. Okay. Yip, 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 yip.
You ruined my whole fucking lunch, you old cunt! Fuck Sacramento, fuck Gavin Newsom, and fuck that bitch. All right, back to this. Thank you. Had to think for a second.
No, actually, he's John, my youngest, is very loving and giving, and he's a great hugger. So big hugs, big good hugs when we drop him off even this year. Who else has dropped a child off at college here?
Kimmel's been through it, right? You've dropped kids off at college.
I dropped them off. I don't know that they took it particularly seriously, but yeah, my daughter graduated. Now, almost no one in our family graduated college.
When you dropped them off, had they been accepted to that college, or did you just drop them off and go, "You see the guy"?
I would say that shows, but you know what? Going to college is overrated. I didn't go to college, and I'm turned out fine. But yeah, college dropout. So you already went to your hippie liberal college, and you weren't even good enough for that. You lame.
Anything in there?
Find your way.
Just walk in with a positive attitude.
Yeah, eat more red meat. For iron deficiency, eat more red meat, and lots of red meat. God, I know. Why do you think they're making red meat so expensive? Because they know it's good for you. And the climate change kooks of all this, meat is murder. Cow farts are ruining the planet. Load of bullshit.
One of them had and one of them hadn't. But we did just actually, our son started kindergarten yesterday, which is one of those.
Which is what they call, if you've got kids who've gone to college, a gap.
Yeah, a gap. Yeah, a very big gap. But
he's got a gap between his legs.
Our son is older than most of the kids. We decided to hold him back. We didn't hold him back, but we decided we'd rather him be one of the older kids. He's 14, so we.
I think that's so smart. I would love to have been like an older kid in my.
Great. So he's got a pussy kid. That's terrific. That's what a great story, Jimmy. Thanks for fucking regaling this with this nowhere story. It's like Biden telling those nowhere stories and go, oh well, I can Scranton, Pennsylvania. My dad was in the steel mill. They go by.
Great.
He's the best player on the soccer team. Unbelievable.
Sadly not.
He's like Messi.
And still working on the ABCs.
He broke a
When they have to laugh at their own shit, you know it's not funny.
kid's collarbone playing Duck Duck Goose, though, right?
Seth, you started a podcast with your brother Josh over this.
Thank you for bringing that up. It's called Family Trips with the Myers Brothers, and my brother and I.
Chips?
Coco, your body needs more blood and iron and hates the sun. You live in the desert, though.
Family Trips. Oh, Family Trips is better.
Do we have a clip? Can we?
This is pretty close. This is pretty
Should live in Seattle or somewhere. Not a lot of sun there.
much the vibe.
You and Josh?
Me and Josh do it, and John's been on, and the rest of you are going to be asked. So get ready to come on.
Who's the older brother?
What?
Who's the older brother?
Well, I'm the.
Randy Foster, you mean you don't rock and roll all night and party every day?
Okay.
And you talk about your trips that you took, or
You want to talk about an outdated reference? Forget these guys. There's a really outdated one.
you talk about whoever the guest's trips?
We have the guest come on, and then the guest tries to guess what. No, we talk about the trips, our trips, and then the guest talks about their trips.
Wouldn't it be better if you told the same story about the same trip to a series of guests in every episode? You just make them sit here. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, they would get up and leave, just like everybody's going to get up and turn this off. You unfunny fucking hacks. Jesus Christ. Well, I'll tell you what. You guys came up with some pretty good names for what this show ought to be fucking called. Let's see. We got Beta Force 5, got Monkeypox 5, Libtards 5, and Cuck Force 5. Those are a couple of my favorites. The Butthurt 5, the Lords of Soy, the Hippies 5, and 5 men and 1 dildo. I switch the order around to that. You guys got any other fucking names?
Kind of a good idea. Interesting. We should do it for Strike Force 5.
Seth and John. Oh.
Yeah, you're a little late. Gotcha. I'm
Wow.
pulling Chuck Barris on that one.
Seth.
Hey, no going to the editor after the fact, Kimmel, and asking him to pull the air out.
Of what?
Between how late you were on the Strike Force 5 sound.
Back.
Better.
Thank you.
Back.
He's back.
John and Seth have been doing comedy dates. You've been on comedy dates.
Yeah. He's going to all the Indian reservations. I can't even sell those out.
Together.
We did 3 dates together. We're on our 3rd date. We did
On our 3rd date. Wasn't that stunning and brave?
3 shows at the Beacon Theater. It was a ton of fun. We did a Q&A at the end. We each did about 45 minutes, and then we did a Q&A. And can I just say a very delightful thing about John?
Go ahead.
He's very, very mean
There are cows in your neighborhood. Do they fart too much, sunflowers?
to people who misuse their time at the Q&A. And I can kind of tell, even the people he's being mean to love it. It's exactly what they wanted. They get to be treated like,
It wasn't even good.
Runaway
This show is giving me diabetes. Holy fuck.
capitalist.
It wasn't even good cop, bad cop. It was good cop, Seth, and cop that should have been fired years ago.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know because I was thinking it would be fun if we took questions from those who are listening to this broadcast. And if it
That means they ain't getting no questions.
is indeed a broadcast, and we have an email address, questions@strikeforce5.com.
Oh, you could email them, guys. Hang on. What was that address? We'll put it in the chat. If you want to email them your questions, maybe they'll read it on the next podcast. Oh, that ought to be interesting.
Q&A at the end. We each did about 45 minutes, and then we did a Q&A. And can I just...
Boober Force 5. You know what? Them being boomers is not the problem. They're just not funny. They're just douche. Just douche chills, 100%. Boomer, that's an insult to boomers. I'm a fucking boomer.
say a very delightful thing about John?
Go ahead.
He's very, very mean to people who misuse their time at the Q&A. And I can kind of tell, even the people he's being mean to love it. It's exactly...
I'm trying to hear the email address. I'll put that in the chat. You guys can email, if this thing has been canceled already, you can email them your questions. And maybe you'll be lucky enough they'll read it on the air. Try not to make it so obvious that they suck. I mean, make it seem like it might be able to get by them. You know what I mean? Because these folks are not that bright.
Exactly what they wanted. They get to be treated like,
Holy fuck! Mike Timpson is here. How are you doing, sir? The boozer, the schmoozer, the loser, and some dicks. Spoozer is Fallon the boozer? Or was that the problem? Is he's enjoying too much booze during his tenure there at the Tonight Show? We thought Johnny Carson was the boozer. Holy shit, and the wife beater as well. Maybe Fallon was just he's tried a little too hard, literally, to fill Johnny's shoes.
It wasn't even good.
Runaway capitalist.
It wasn't even good cop, bad cop. It was good cop.
The mighty big Mike Timpson, formerly of the Tom Leykis Show, the best board op in the business, period.
Seth, and cop that should have been fired years ago.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know because I was thinking it would be fun if we took questions from those who are listening to this broadcast. And
all right, pulse sack is splitting.
If it is indeed a broadcast, and we have an email address.
Coco, have a good night. Feel better, please. Jesus Christ, there are enough sick people around.
Questions@strikeforce5.com or
questions@strikeforce5.com? Okay, I think that's what the email is. Questions at Strikeforce5. Unfortunately, it's that name and not the funnier ones we gave them. Okay, there you go. If you want to send these asshats a question, there you go. Have fun with that. Mute these 5. That's a good one too, Sunflowers. I like that. Mute these 5 now.com. Mute these 5. You know what? That one might be win. The only worth listening to is Jimmy Kimmel. Really? Really? Sunflowers? Has Jimmy Kimmel not... Really? Have you not heard the same shit I've been hearing? Who are you listening to? He's been doing the most talking on here. I forgot you have a crush on Jimmy Kimmel. You need to go to the corner.
Or
Go back to the corner. You already had to go there for wishing. Okay, wishing that stupid TV show would come back.
Force at strikeforce5.com. So you can send your questions to either of those emails, and we will do our best to answer them in an unpleasant.
Oh wait, did he give 2 addresses out? He's so inarticulate. I didn't hear any of them.
At strikeforce5.com. So.
Hey, Jimmy, if you're giving out an email address, maybe not play that dumb sound effect over it, you moron. Jesus Christ, Mike Timpson needs to get her to show you how to be a board op. He's got one to sound effect, and he can't even get that right. Jimmy Kimmel, he sucks. Sunflowers, what the hell are you talking about?
.com or Strikeforce at or Strike.
Okay.
If it is indeed a broadcast, and we have an email address. Questions@strikeforce5.com.
Okay, that was one of them, but there's another one that I missed here.
Or Strikeforce at strikeforce5.com.
Oh, gee. Just in case they get so flooded on one page, I have to have two of them. Strikeforce at strikeforce.com. Well, there you go. There's two email pages you could send them fucking questions to. Isn't that fucking great? Because again, it must be in such high demand. Sunflowers only didn't like Kimmel when he hung out with Adam Carolla. Yeah, I know, because Adam Carolla is fucking had Tucker Carlson on his show and et cetera, et cetera. I know Sunflowers. We know all the obvious reasons why you don't like Kimmel. How about he's not funny? You think he's good now, but you just didn't like him when he was with Adam Carolla because Adam Carolla was a bad influence. By the way, they were friends. They were best friends. They had a production company together. Sunflowers, did you not know that? Who do you think produced the Man Show back then?
So you can send your questions to either of those emails, and we will do our best to answer them in an unpleasant fashion.
So it's the Strike Force that gets the sound effect, not the number.
You think Kimmel is funny? Oh, Jesus, Sunflowers, you're killing me. I'm telling you. This is worse than your view fucking viewing habits. You think Kimmel is funny? Have you heard anything funny that he said during this cringe-worthy bunch of fuck right here? You really think Kimmel is funny, including on his Courage show, including on anything he's done? Sunflowers, Randy, take Sunflowers, put her in the corner and lock her there, will you please? Holy fuck, she's killing me here. She's absolutely killing me.
So if I just said 5,
no,
nothing. Okay.
5, yeah.
One of our Q&As, someone.
All 5 of these simps are CIA assets or CIA asshats. I think I might go with that.
Balcony, we call on them, and John, you call this. A guy said.
I guarantee you, not one person has laughed at any of this, Sunflowers. You may be the only one. I don't even. Carolla is like, yeah, to me. The one thing I like about Carolla is he's from here. He's from where I'm from. He's from the San Fernando Valley. Other than that, he's kind of hit or miss.
Said, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? And John just laid it.
Yeah, because he stumbled. He stumbled halfway through that. He took a big swing, and so the problem is the pressure he's put on himself is executing that perfectly.
But Sunflowers, you think Jimmy Kimmel now is funny? You think this Kimmel is funny? The one on Jimmy Kimmel Live is funny? Him hosting the Oscars is funny? Are you fucking kidding me? Some of these are fucking hearing checked.
He failed, so yes, I interrupted and yelled at him. I
think his voice is irritating.
Unfair fight. I'm lit and have amplification, and I think I probably swung too hard.
Yeah. Swung too hard. What exactly?
I think I can remember looking at you, Seth, with a look in your eyes going, I think he's had enough.
He's looked at Seth as he's swinging too hard. Okay, I think we've heard just about enough here.
No. I think.
He was...
George Carlin, Louis Black, those are all good. Chris Rock, not so much now, especially since he's a Burning Man, but back in the day, yeah. Gil Hughley was okay. Steve Harvey is good on the Family Feud. Not the best stand-up. Bernie Mac was always out of the Kings of Comedy, out of that group. Bernie Mac was always the best one.
Everybody was bummed out that had been his question. It wasn't. It was a collective. The entire audience.
I think
no one was.
I think the problem is the strike is making things so tense. I am looking.
The strike. Oh, the poor strike. Yeah, making things so tense. Yeah, because you don't have your fucking dweebs back there to write your stupid jokes. The rest of Americans are struggling for many other reasons. Mainly because the administration you guys tout so much has been fucking them in the ass for the last couple of years. But yeah, please pour you in the writer's strike. Yeah, please tell us how you guys are suffering.
Looking for things or people to take out that tension on, and that guy was in the right place at the right time as far as I was concerned.
I thought it was a little much.
Jimmy Kimmel is funny as late night talk show. No, he is not.
That you did a full 30.
You can't even remember when you last watched it. Jesus Christ. Some sales lady you are.
30-minute rant with.
Hey guys, Jimmy Kimmel is funny. Oh, when you last watch his show? Oh, I don't remember. Thank you. Exactly.
Graphics and video.
I can remember exactly. I can remember what year I went to see George Carlin in Las Vegas. That was 1999 at Bally's in Las Vegas. I totally remember that. You know why? Because George Carlin was funny and memorable. Jimmy Kimmel is an asshat. He is not.
Did he have that bit ready going in to see your stand-up? Like, what if they...
No, I think it was about 15 minutes into the Q&A that he had managed to come up with it.
Yep.
Based on the fact that it was happening.
And he stood up. That was the thing I objected to the most. He stood up which was a level of confidence that I felt was writing checks that his ability to execute that sentence could not and did not cash.
You don't like it when people stand up for the questions? I like that.
It was
says
more
to me
the
like they were raised right.
Of course, but I think the tone had been set that it was a sitting
Of course, let the English guy dictate how the rest of us should act.
sequence of questions. Him standing up, again, promised.
All right, should we skip over towards the end of this here? Because they're just going to go blah, 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 over what the fuck. I have no goddamn idea. Let's hear the big finish here, and then we'll finish this up ourselves here. It says, I'm starving. I need to eat.
America's beautiful. And then I was supposed to walk up. And,
it is time for
get
beer. You're right.
Get his applause. But he was getting so much applause that I didn't want to walk on stage and sort of step like usher him off.
Steal Tony's thunder.
And while people were applauding, he just started singing.
Sorry, somebody said thunder, and my hand just.
Go. See, yeah, he's really hilarious, Sunflowers. He keeps hitting that thunder sound effect every 10 seconds. That's hilarious. Go to the corner.
While the applause was going, he just.
I've seen many clips of Jimmy's show. Yeah, you've never sat through the entire show, right? A real fan who thinks Jimmy is that funny would actually watch the show. You don't even do that. Go to the corner.
Just started singing "I Left My Heart" in San Francisco, and then his daughter came over and he goes, "You got to get up there."
Mike Lindell in a claw machine was funny. It would be funny if Mike Lindell was operating a claw. He pulled a pillow out, and then he held it in front of Jimmy Kimmel's face and then punched him through it.
If you don't get up there after each song, he's gonna do another song. And it was
By the way, I saw that too, and it wasn't that funny. Could have been better, but it wasn't.
just very, very sweet to hear his daughter be like, "He'll keep going if they're."
When we did the
just-
rally on the mall, there's 250,000 people out there, and we were short, right? Like,
I remember
we didn't
that.
fill our time. We had 250,000.
This is what they're ending on here. It's the same claptrap as I don't even know what he's going on and on about. And, Fallon's the one with a personality, really? You sure? He has the least personality, really? Yeah. Ooh, no. Look at me, I just rolled out of bed. Yeah, isn't that funny? Fallon has personality? Dude. What are you guys watching that I'm not seeing? I not only think Fallon has the least personality, I think Kimmel is the least funny out of 5 of them. They all suck ass. But Jesus Christ. Or at least Stephen Colbert drops a couple, shoots a couple of rails before he fucking goes out there. At least he has some energy. These fucking jackoffs. Holy fuck.
People and like 50 guests.
Fallon also did a Get the Vax song. Don't think I forgot. I haven't forgot about any of these cocksuckers that did a Get the Vax song. Maybe I'll line that up for next week's show, just in case I never forget, okay? All you motherfuckers that said get the vax, and all these cocksuckers did one way or another, fuck all of them. The fucking Beta Force 5, the fucking Libtard 5, and mute these 5. Even Jimmy Kimmel, Sunflower's hero. Remember, Sunflowers, Jimmy Kimmel is part of this 5 here, so you really want to mute all 5, or you just want me to mute all 4 of them and leave Kimmel untouched, right? That's what you want.
And we were short, and we're like, Tony, you got anything? And he went out there and sang, I think, God Bless America or America's Beautiful, or something like that.
Sunflowers, not only do you got to go to the corner, you got to sleep on one of Mike Lindell's pillows. Yeah, I'm giving you a pillow, at least, but it's one of those.
That was my first encounter with him. I was dressed like Peter Pan. I was walking off stage because I just.
But Sunflowers, your funny man Jimmy Kimmel is part of the Big 5, and listen to the way he plays that thunder sound effect all the time. Isn't that awesome? God damn it, he's funny. And Jimmy Fallon, Mr. Personality, there is just. I am fucking awestruck here.
Be with you. I tripped over Tony Bennett's foot and fell on top of R2D2, and I thought, this is an eclectic afternoon.
Yes.
Basic Fallon's the only one you not toss off the cliff. Why? Good. I think it would be a package deal. Just put them all 5 in the same car and roll that off the cliff.
With all that, it's
Fallon could be in the driver's seat. Hey, there you go. He could have top spot in the car.
shameful that you were short. That you had a Peter Pan and R2D2, Tony Bennett, and you're like,
Fair criticism. R2D2 had already sang I Left My Heart in San Francisco. That's the problem.
Well, how's that funny? They're making R2D2 jokes. Holy Jesus. That wouldn't have even been funny in fucking 1977. When R2D2 was relevant. Mute 4, but keep Kimmel? No. You said mute all 5. Kimmel's in there. You can't take it back now. You Can't take it back.
No shit.
That'll be in episode 2 of Strike Force 5.
This is fun, guys.
Again, we
Claw machine over the audience, except there is none.
We want to thank our sponsors, Casamigos and Mint Mobile, Ryan Reynolds, George Clooney, Randy Gerber, Mike.
Oh, George Clooney and Ryan Reynolds has a hand in this too. Thanks, guys. It's like Tom Brady co-owning a WNBA team. Like, what a bunch of worthless fuck.
Feldman, Ed Pill.
Rodney Dangerfield. Well, he's dead. Sunflower. He's been dead for a long time, but Rodney Dangerfield definitely is funny. He's the king of the one-liners. There's tons of videos about Rodney Dangerfield on YouTube. There's a whole Rodney Dangerfield channel on YouTube. Just subscribe to that. They show his old Tonight Show appearances and his stand-up stuff. Just watch that. It's 1,000 times better than this bunch of fuck.
Pilkington.
These guys couldn't hold Rodney Dangerfield's balls, okay?
Dan Sanborn, Mike Chaffee, who is running our board right now, and
really, he has a board op. Sorry, Mike Timpson. I guess that lofty position was already taken. Jesus, I could really tell as quality as this sounds.
I do have stories about Mike, and
Mike, have a good night, man.
I'll tell you those at some other juncture just to make him nervous right now. But we're going to do at least 12 episodes of this show.
At least 12 episodes, and then that's what we're contracted for. And then, thankfully, somebody will have the good sense to pull the plug on this nonsense.
We're doing it through the strike. Money we make will go right to.
Again, how do these fuckheads make money? Why are they making money? Who would be stupid enough? Never mind. We already heard the names of the people stupid enough.
To our staffs who are currently on strike for great reasons, so we hope that you will listen to the
Tipsy got a good laugh out of that.
We'll be back with another one this week, right, guys?
Yeah, and we'll find.
Remember Tipson, when he first joined the Tom Leykis show, we always gave you shit for not finding the drops. Well, that was a huge board. I mean, this guy's got one drop and he can't fucking make it work.
Out how Stephen Colbert's uncle came to possess Pol Pot's gym shorts.
Yes, we will. That and more on the next edition of Strike Force.
Strike Force 5.
Sunflowers asked, which 5 would I rather have on this podcast? Jesus Christ. I'd rather have 5 dogs barking at each other than listen to these 5 dickholes. Are you kidding me? The 5 people I'd 5 comedians I'd like to have on here are all dead. I'd like to have George Carlin, Richard Pryor, Rodney Dangerfield, Mitch Hedberg, and fucking, God damn it, what's his name? Guy from the 50s, I can't think of his fucking name. Anyway. Oh, Sam Kinison, for sure. You know what? Yeah, Sam Kinison. Yeah, those 5 dead comedians I like to have. While they're dead, they'd just be rotting in the ground, and you hear the birds chirping at the cemetery. I'd rather hear that than this fucking nonsense. Holy shit, these dickholes. Yeah. So it's hard to believe that this intro didn't translate into a decent podcast.
One more time,
What a fucking shock.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Fallon.
I'm Stephen Colbert.
So imagine that hour looking just like this. That's basically what that was.
I'm Jimmy Kimmel. I thought when you said Jimmy, you meant me, Jimmy, but you meant Jimmy.
I always mean you.
But when you say Seth Meyers, who do you mean?
I mean John Oliver.
It's the 5 of us together for maybe an hour a day.
Strike Force 5 is the name of.
Oh yeah, Pliskin. There's Mr. Personality right there. Yeah. Oh God, why did I sign up for this? Jesus Christ. Yeah, he looks really thrilled to be doing this. You put on the 5 of the View ladies. Oh no. Okay, you know what, Sunflowers, you win. I would rather listen to them than the View. Okay, that is one thing where these guys would win. I would much rather listen to this than the View. I would kill myself somehow, some way, than listen to 5 seconds of the fucking View. I'm not talking about the clips I make fun of. I mean, actually sit and listen to the show like the poor sound man has to every fucking day, and listen to those 5 dumb bitches, go on and on about whatever the fuck they're going on about. Wah Trump, usually, right? Jesus, how did this not work? I cannot believe that. I wonder if they ever added any more sound effects since then.
It's me and you.
But when you say Seth Meyers.
Timpson, I wonder how much they would have paid you to join this venture. I wonder if they would have thrown you some decent cash. Probably not, because we have to pretend this is all their own house and not some cheap set that they built at Westwood 1 somewhere.
Who do you mean?
I mean John.
I said Richard Pryor, Lenny Bruce. I was thinking of Lenny Bruce. Jack Benny, I don't give a fuck about. I'm talking about like stand-up comedians I've actually laughed at. Jack Benny was an old radio guy from back in the day. I'm talking about. Okay, I gave you the 5. I gave you George Carlin, Richard Pryor, Rodney Dangerfield, Sam Kinison, and Mitch Hedberg. Those are my 5 favorite dead comedians. Okay.
John Oliver.
It's the 5 of us together for maybe an hour.
And if you have to mix it up a little bit, Charlie Murphy, rest in peace. Eddie Murphy was funny once, but not so much these days.
Hour a day.
Strike Force 5 is the name of our podcast. Subscribe to it now.
The View always sucks, always has, always will. Well, again, our very own Sunflowers finally came to that realization very recently. Pay would be Mint Mobile subscription. Yeah, you're right, Timson. Yeah, gee whiz.
Spotify or wherever else you get your podcasts.
No thanks. I'm with you guys. I would rather listen to the paint drying show. Oh, Red Fox. I would love to listen to Red Fox. Exactly. How do we get Tales from the Dead? How do we get that broadcast going? I would love to hear Red Fox chop it up with Richard Pryor and Charlie Murphy. Wouldn't that be some shit? And Bernie Mac too. Fuck yeah. And George Carlin could say, "Holy fuck, I'm glad I'm dead." You kidding me? Look at this shit. Get out of here. Your favorite live ones? Live ones now? Ugh, boy, I gotta think about that one. I'm trying to think who the fuck is still alive now. God damn. You know what? I can't even think of their names right now. I mean, there's a couple of cats on YouTube that are occasionally funny, but all my favorite ones are dead. All my favorite ones are dead. Greg Giraldo, he was the best guy on those roasts. He's fucking dead. The View is beyond. The View is Satan's ball hair. Is what the fuck that is. Yeah, Eddie Murphy. I had Eddie Murphy's tape from 1982 as his debut comedy special when he was 21 years old. He was funny as shit. And his specials got a little less funny each time, I thought. And then when he started doing movies more, I was like, well, he just became fucking not funny at all. But yeah, Charlie Murphy turned out to be the funniest one of the two. Go figure. Seth Meyers. No, Seth Meyers is a bore. Dean Martin, Red Fox. I did used to watch those old roasts that they used to do. Could do them now, of course, but the only thing I like, it's always the same guys. They always like smoke a ton of cigarettes and shit, and be drinking fucking martinis and just roast each other. And there would always be one token black guy. There either was Red Fox or Richard Pryor or fucking Jimmy J.J. Walker or somebody like that. But it was all good fun. I mean, everybody knew, at least people at least had a backbone back then. Even if you told the most racist, vile fucking shit that you couldn't get away with now, whoever was on the receiving end would just come right back at your ass, right? That's how it worked. That's how a roast would work. Now we're so goddamn sensitive. They don't even do those anymore. They don't even do the Comedy Central ones anymore like they used to. Those used to be funny, but then all the good people start dying or just stop doing it altogether. Eddie Griffin? I don't think he's one of the comedy greats, though. He's good in spurts. But as far as one of the greats, I would put him up there. You know what I mean? Malcolm and Eddie. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Do you think any females are funny? Not really. Not really. Not any. I used to like Lisa Lampanelli when she used to be on those roasts. But she quit show business. She got out of it. She was done. I think she was done with the crazy shit. Just kind of like how Dave Chappelle got out of it for a while. He didn't want to do the crazy shit. He didn't want to be dressed in drag. He didn't want to do all the Illuminati crap they wanted him to do, and so he bailed. Chappelle, I think, is still good. He really needs to tell all these cancel fuckers that, just go fuck yourselves. And the alphabet soup fuckers that every time they bitch, every time one of his specials comes out, just come out and say, I'm rich, bitch, especially because of you. Don't apologize for shit. Don't have to explain the jokes either. So if everybody has a problem with it, go fuck yourselves. That's how it should be. If you're that butthurt at a fucking joke, he's talking to a wide audience. If you think that was meant for you, then maybe it's true. Okay? Burt Reynolds. But we're talking about like stand-up comedians and just comedians. Yeah, Burt Reynolds wasn't a comedian. He was just a comedic actor. He acted in comedies, but he wasn't a stand-up comic. You know what I mean? Carol B. Who the fuck is Carol B? Lucille Ball. Let me be the first to tell you, I never thought Lucille Ball was ever funny. Never. Not one. I didn't like that show. I didn't like her talking. I didn't like her voice. I didn't like anything about her. Roseanne Barr at one point I thought was funny. I actually watched Roseanne, the old Roseanne, not the various incarnations that have happened ever since. I didn't even mind her spitting in the national anthem. It's like, fine, whatever. Margaret Cho is not funny. No, Margaret Cho is another annoying feminist female comic. No, absolutely zero. Not. Nope. That's a big no. Margaret Cho is not funny. Which is why you don't see Margaret Cho very much. You also notice you don't see a lot more of Amy Schumer or Sarah Silverman anymore. They tried. Oh boy, did they try. Netflix tried putting out their specials, and nobody watches them. The only time anybody watches is the clown on them. And that's not why you're supposed to be watching a comedy show, is the clown, not the clown on the show. You're supposed to laugh at the jokes, not clown on the comedian for being unfunny. Renteria, remember when Frosty, Heidi, and Frank would apologize at the end of the daily shows? Oh yeah, but that was a bogus apology. It was just, you really have to listen to the old show. By the way, how ironic. I actually used to listen to that because it was on the same stage. It was after Stern and before Lycus when that was still happening. And actually liked those guys. Okay, even Frank Kramer, who turned out to be the biggest douche. And Frank Kramer and Heidi are still on that KLOS morning show. Good God, is that unlistenable? But mainly because, not even them so much, it's because it's a commercial radio show and it's loaded with bad music and commercials. It's like, I don't need to hear this anymore. We have technology. We don't have to hear bad music and commercials anymore. I love Cho. Of course you do Sunflowers. Of course you do. You also like Jimmy Kimmel. You should like The View. You like a lot of goofy things, but we love you anyway. You know, we're not all going to be on board with everything, you know. But I have to rag on you every time I see it. Sarah Silverman is cringe. Yeah, when they started doing those feminist commercials, that's where Bud Light started going in that toilet. Remember the Bud Light commercials when Seth Rogen and Amy Schumer got on it and started whining about how there's no equal pay for women. When they started pushing that in the beer commercials, it was over. It was long before the fucking started putting trannies on the can. Whitney Cummings. I liked her okay when she was on the roasts. They started putting her on the roasts. I thought she was okay there because she really did a lot of Lisa Lampanelli's material. I've seen her stand-up special. It's not as bad as Amy Schumer or something like that, but it's not great either. She's okay. I'll give her. She's okay for compared to most of the other female comics. She's okay. Chelsea Handler is absolutely not funny. Holy shit. They finally had the good graces to get rid of that awful talk show she was on. Boy. Yeah, she's like Amy Schumer, you know. She's just it's always about how what a dirty girl she is, and it's just not funny. Absolutely not funny at all. There's nothing worse than an unfunny comedian. Look, I'm not saying all men are funny and all women are not funny, but plus, such woke nonsense clown world. No, nobody's allowed to be funny anymore. They even have to put on fucking disclaimer notices in front of old movies. Like if you go to streaming service and watch Blazing Saddles, there's a warning notice on there. There's like, this may contain some offensive themes that might not be suitable for today's audience. Go fuck yourself. I don't care about today's audience. Pliska does not like Whitney. Well, I'll tell you what. I would rather have Whitney than Amy Schumer or Sarah Silverman. I would put her above those two at least. Women aren't funny at all. Yeah, you're about 99% right on that. There might be a couple that exist somewhere in the world. Hey, I think Sunflowers is funny. Hey, there's one right there. I think Callie Ford is funny. I don't think they're stand-up comics, but maybe they should be. Maybe they should be stand-up comics. They make me laugh in here, I'll tell you what. Chelsea Handler is absolutely positively not funny. Never has been, never will be. Nobody named Chelsea is ever supposed to be funny. People named Chelsea are supposed to be cunts. Just look at Chelsea Clint. Joy Behar. No. Joy Behar was a comedian, I think, before she got that gig, right? Good Lord. Not with that voice. Hell no. There's a few New York chick comics that have that really annoying New York voice. It just ruins everything. I hate that voice. That voice is such... It makes your dick shrivel for 2 years. I just can't. Amy is related to Chuck, right? They're cousins. You're right. Chuck Schumer. Yeah, that is a thing. Chuck Schumer's funnier than Amy. What does that tell you? He's not even trying to be. You like Joy Behar, Sunflowers. You watched her for years. Hello. By the way, Whoopi Goldberg was also a stand-up comedian. Remember? Whoopi Goldberg, your girl. She was Ali Wong. Isn't that the Asian chick that's always pregnant all the time? No, she's not funny either. No. Hey, look at me, I'm pregnant again. Yeah, good, great. Close your fucking legs. Who's interested? I do know who that is, at least. I know who Ali Wong is. She's funnier than Margaret Cho, but that's not saying much. Margaret Cho's below Chelsea Handler. Well, shit. I hate to hit you with such unfunny comedians, but here we go. Strike Force 5 or Mute These 5, Butthurt 5, Lords of Soy. Tina Fey is not funny. Nope. You're never going to sell me on Tina Fey. They try as they might. I don't like anything she's ever been in. I don't like any commercials she's ever been in. I don't think she's funny, period. End of story. Or Amy Poehler, the two of them. Two of them together is just a big unfunny sandwich. Okay? Nope. Anybody that came from that Saturday Night Live camp in the last 25 or so years, not funny. Men or women. That show is horrible. That show should have been canceled in the fucking 90s. Christ's sakes. God damn, what a train wreck's gone on forever. Again, whenever they pull the plug on network TV finally, maybe finally Saturday Night Live and go down the toilet where it belongs. Whoopi Goldberg is the Predator's stunt double. Or was the Predator Whoopi Goldberg's stunt double, like when she did The Color Purple? Maybe so. Quinta Brunson? Who the fuck is that? I don't even know who that is, Sunflowers. What does that tell you? I don't know who that is. That's some name. Sounds like she does woke comedy. Does she do woke comedy? Woke comedy, it's an oxymoronic term in itself. Well, Outlaw knew when to bounce. He missed this entire fucking Strike Force 5 segment, and probably good on you, because it was pretty... It's like watching a movie that goes nowhere. You know, it's like... Quinta Brunson is funny? Okay, I'll tell you what, Sunflowers. Let's put that to this end. Let me find a Quinta Brunson clip, and let's see how funny she is. Okay? We'll do that. We'll be the judge. All right, hang on a second. Let me tell you what. Let me get rid of all this other shit here, and we'll start from scratch. Quinta Brunson. Oh, you like Chris Farley? Yeah, I liked him too. But he wasn't really a stand-up though. Again, I said the Saturday Night people, mid-90s and before were good. Everybody after that sucks, right? Chris Farley came from the older days, the 90s. So did Eddie Murphy, by the way. I don't think people forgot that. That's where he started. Quinta Brunson. Okay, let's see if Sunflower's got something right here. Let's see if old Quinta Brunson is worth our attention here. Quinta, huh? Oh boy. By the way, she was on the Jimmy Fallon show. Well, gee, what a treat for us, huh? Kenan Thompson. There's nothing good about SNL today, Sunflowers. Nothing. Zero, zilch, nada. He used to fucking die the dishonorable death that should have died a long time ago. Okay, let's see. Our girl is on the Jimmy Fallon show, so we might have two unfunny people here. Wait, does she sing or? Well, no, here she is. She's a black chick. Huh? Okay. Listen, I love black chicks, but a lot of them do this woke horse shit now. So. Trying to think who's a funny black chick that I like. Like Samora's okay. It's Neil Long's sister. Trying to think of who I used to watch on the Showtime at the Apollo. Monique, on the other hand, Monique is never funny. Monique is not funny. Oh, well, let's see. Hey, Sunflowers, do you want me... Oh, she was on Jimmy Kimmel, too. No wonder you like her. Oh, Christ. All right. So we get Jimmy Kimmel and Quinta Brunson. The fuck is the picture? It might be so bad I doesn't want to show it. Hang on. Jesus Christ. There it is. Oh, so yeah, here's Jimmy Kimmel before the writer's strike, and here's your girl. Here's your girl, Sunflowers. The Black Lady sketch show. Oh God, it means it sucks. I already hate it, Sunflowers. It's so bad the fucking video doesn't want to run. The computer starts saying, no more of this unfunny horse shit, please. Oh, wait. What's going on here? Is the fucking audio not even working? Hang on a sec. That might be a good thing.
Actually, I did pay because I couldn't get over the turnstile, and that's how they get paid, so it wasn't making sense as a protest.
Abbott Elementary airs Tuesday nights here on ABC. Please welcome Quinta.
Oh, Sunflowers, this is great already. Jeez. Quinta Brunson is funny. You're trolling me, Sunflowers, aren't you? Wanda Sykes is absolutely not funny. Wanda Sykes. She's just a lesbian Chris Rock, but not even that good.
Brunson.
Listen, she's not bad looking. I'd give her a bang for sure, but let me tell the jokes instead, please. Thank you. I would knock the stuffing out of that shit, but I don't hear. She ain't funny.
You look great, so glamorous,
Thank
glamorous.
You. I had to show the girls I could do it real quick.
Show the girls. Yeah, no. You know, why the men? Don't stare at my tits, please. Don't stare at my tits. At least, there you go, Jimmy. At least you know what to look at there. You fucking unfunny fuck bag.
It's very good to finally meet you. I feel like I know you, but I don't.
She didn't say the same thing.
I don't know you.
Why do you feel that way?
Well, you're on the show when I was not here, and I watched you on the show, and also I've watched you on your various projects.
That's true. I feel like I know you too. I watch you at night on your television show.
Her face is a bit busted, but she's got a nice set of cans there at least. A waste. Ah, man. That show sucks, Sunflowers.
Not at night.
Completely artificial relationship.
Yeah.
And the
Oh, God. Don't you hate when people fake laugh at each other? It's like, you ain't funny, you ain't funny. And Kamala Harris just laughs at everything. So what the fuck with the fake laughter? No laughter would be better than fake laughter. No laughter will let you know, maybe I should try harder. Fake laughter gives you this false sense of, hey, I really am funny.
The show is really great. I mean, it's, I think, going to be one of these shows. And I don't want to set the bar too high, but I feel like this is going to be a show that's going to be on in like 9 years.
Pliskin, everything died at Y2K. Rock music, music in general, pretty much. Yeah, Japanese sports cars, Japanese electronics, too, you can add to that. Comedians, TV, and Western. Yeah, pretty much everything. Went right down the shitta.
Still going to be watching this show.
I'm going to just receive it.
She receives. See, is she making that joke? Yeah, I'm not digging her face now. Fuck, I love them cans, though. I just bury it.
Can't do anything but just receive that.
Just shut up and just let me fucking play with those for a while.
Those good wishes. You were one of the first people who got to see.
Mike Timpson, thank you for stopping by, my friend. I appreciate you. Say hi to Stacy for me, please. Appreciate you, buddy.
See the show and believe in the show, if you recall.
Yes, I do recall.
Yeah.
We missed you at Gary and Dino this weekend, too. Please come see us soon.
I saw the promo for the show, and I was like, oh, that looks really good. Can I see that? And I asked ABC if I could see it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is really good.
Jennifer Coolidge, Sunflowers. I know her. I did a commercial with. She was in American Pie, right? She's the one that fucked. What was that kid's name? Not Stifler. the kind of nerdy kid that was always drinking all the time. She fucked that kid.
Good.
Yes. And
She was Stifler's mom. She played Stifler's mom in the movie.
Jimmy DM'd me on Instagram and said, Jimmy Kimmel is like, hey.
I know the laugh tracks. I know these poor guys don't get laugh tracks on their podcast unless Jimmy Kimmel can figure out how to play the soundboard. You can add a laugh track or two to it. But yeah, even the trained seals in the audience aren't laughing. They sweeten that audio later.
Hey, what's up? It's Jimmy Kimmel.
She's wearing 12 push-ups. Well, thank God for push-ups, right? Push-ups finally mean something.
This show is really good. And I was like, hello? What? And I said, is this really Jimmy Kimmel? And you were like, yeah, it's me. And I thought you were hacked. I was going to call ABC to make sure everything was okay.
Very polite.
That is some really bad fake laughing too, especially how it pauses it fades out very quickly. You know what I mean? You can tell it's fake laughter. Because sometimes you can hear like some old lady just laughing in the corner of your ear somewhere in the back. You know what I mean? I don't hear none of that. It's very bad sitcom sound effects going on here.
Hacker. Yeah.
It's like the same shit you hear on fucking Three's Company or something in the 70s. They just reuse it over and over.
No, you should also see me trying to figure out how to send a DM. It's like, takes like 40 minutes for me to even get there. But
that was sweet. That made my day. Thank you for
well,
putting
good.
that.
I'm glad I was right, too. I mean, I knew it was going to be a hit, and I was finally...
Oh, because it's on your network, isn't it, you corporate shill, Disney slob. Don't forget, they work for Disney, folks. Don't forget.
Finally right about something. How about that?
You unfunny cracker.
I mentioned that the show
is what I would say if I was her, but I am not. And I also be, what the fuck, man? Look at my titties. Look at my fucking titties.
show was set in Philadelphia, your hometown, and very well set. It's not just one of those fake it set there. It really feels like it's there.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Here's another suggestion from Sunflowers. I find Yvette Nicole Brown funny. Sunflowers, nobody with 3 names is ever fucking funny, all right? Just a little something from me to you.
Exactly how to describe how you achieved that, but there are moments and there are references.
What's worse, this or the fucking the podcast clip? At least you can see her tits during this. That's the only redeeming factor. Otherwise, Jesus Christ.
And just the whole look of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Has this show been canceled yet? Not his show. Hopefully it doesn't come back after the strike. But Abbott Elementary, is that still on? Is that still running? Anybody know?
But you live here in LA now, right?
I live here in LA, and the show.
Try watching a Seinfeld episode. I gotta tell you, I'm not a big Seinfeld fan either. I never have been, other than maybe 2 episodes. I was a Married with Children guy. I was not a Seinfeld guy. I did not watch Seinfeld. I just didn't. There's just some stuff I just didn't get into. Seinfeld was one of those. And sure as fuck, Sunflowers did not watch Grey's Anatomy. Grey's Anatomy is so bad I couldn't even remember the name of it when I was trying to.
Actually filmed in LA at Warner Brothers on this.
Warner Brothers, you're not supposed to announce that here. This is a Disney show.
A lot, but I just felt the more specific you go with the city, the better. I think the inclination is like, you want to just go maybe broader on network TV, but what I've learned from
network TV is dead, and it's easy to see why. You can put all the diversity you want on there. It still sucks. They still make it as white as fucking possible, all right? It's very obvious you still have white Jewish writers writing black jokes for y'all, and y'all just fucking step and fetch it over again.
Comedies is that the more specific you go, the more universal you go. So I thought if we can make the building as specifically
Pliskin, right? Nice motorboat. You know what I'm saying? It's the only redeeming factor of this otherwise forgettable another forgettable episode of Jimmy Kimmel, Sunflower's favorite fucking TV talk show.
Dirty as a Philadelphia public school is, and the teachers as specifically Philadelphian, and the problem.
No, is that where that show's supposed to take place, Philadelphia? Why don't you shoot on location on Kensington Avenue? Give that a try. See if it don't fuck with your shoot.
Ops and the references.
Bliskin, Married with Children, right? Even the bad ones with 7 on it, I still like better than most shit that's on today.
There are references in there that are just for people from Philly that no one are gonna get, but I feel like anyone can relate it to.
I'm waiting for Will Smith to say, "Oh yeah, y'all did good with that one." Jesus Christ, shut up.
Their own hometown.
I get no call for Bill Cosby yet. You don't want that call either.
Couldn't agree more. That is so smart.
I couldn't agree more. I don't know what the fuck you just said because I'm staring at your cans, but I'm still such a cuck. I'm not getting a boner under the desk. Johnny Carson would have gotten a boner. Johnny Carson would be, blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
smart to do to make it very, very specific. And I'm sure they go nuts in Philly.
Abbott's supposed to get a season 3. Oh, gee. We don't have enough garbage to fucking stream. It's a network TV show, right? Yeah, network TV. Why it still kicks along? Anybody watch network TV other than during football season? I think not.
And yeah, have you been back home since then?
I haven't been back home since then. I haven't gotten to go back. I wish I could, but
what were you doing when?
All right, who cares? I'll tell you what. You know what? I was going to talk about football a little bit. Hey, we just had week 1 of the NFL. I know a lot of people say, hey, fuck the NFL, it's woke and all this. Look, we're still football fans. If we tune in late, we can skip all the wokeness they do in the beginning. And if we watch from far enough away, we don't have to see the end racism messages in the end zone. But let's talk about a little bit about a couple of the football games here, because there were some surprises and not so surprises here. Hang on a second. Actually, you know what? There's one story I did want to add to this. Now that that's on my mind. Stay put for a second. All in the Family was great. And by the way, you see Meathead now? Everybody ever see fucking Rob Reiner on Twitter? He's another one of these wah Trump fucking old hippies that just can't let it go. And one of the top ones of those. And he's totally at 100% Meathead. He's exactly what was on that show, except balder, older, and fatter. But let's talk about, there's something, let me see if this even comes up. Because I know they're mentioning it. And of course they are, because a narrative needs to be filled here. Well, if anybody was watching the NFL this weekend, as I did, there were a couple of interesting things happened. First of all, if you're a Steelers fan, I'm sorry, they got their asses handed to them by, who the fuck beat the Steelers? Jesus Christ. I got to tell you, I swear, those N95, wearing those masks for 3 years has completely rotted my brain. I cannot remember basic fucking shit anymore. Shit I used to remember off the top of my head, and now I'm like sitting here going like Joe Biden, excuse me. But, the 49ers, that's right. The Niners beat the Steelers, and just whooped their asses too. Now, one of the big surprises, and I do not particularly care for the Dallas Cowboys, but they whooped the Giants 40-0. That was the thrilling Sunday night game that we got. Oh boy! But one of the ones people were waiting for was last night's game, the Monday night game between the New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills. Now, normally you'd say, "Oh Jesus, the Bills, they got a decent quarterback. The Jets suck every fucking year, right?" Well. The big story here was the Jets is where Aaron Rodgers, the longtime Green Bay Packer and well-known fuck the jabs quarterback, went. Okay? And of course, a lot of people had a big problem with him saying fuck the jabs. I played him saying fuck the jabs years ago on my old podcast. He did say fuck the jabs. So he went over to the Jets, and the Jets is a known place to curse former star players. I mean, come on. We did this before. We did this with Brett Favre. He retired. He didn't retire. He retired. He didn't retire. They went over to the Jets, and he sucked. Nobody gives a shit. He went to the Jets. He retired as a Green Bay Packer, right? So I'm not sure exactly what Aaron Rodgers was trying to prove here, why he needed to just fucking retire. They threw a boatload of money at him anyway. And what happened? 3 plays in, his ankle gives out, and it turns out he tore Achilles. He's done for the year, and he's probably done for his career. That's it. He's done. Right? He's done. Kind of fishy, isn't it? It's also well known that the NFL does not really like having white quarterbacks anymore. You notice there's not a lot of them anymore? Not really. Brock Purdy, I think, was the QB's name that we now have on the 49ers, who was injured all last year. He was pretty good in that game against the Steelers, although the Steelers' defense certainly didn't help their cause either. But what story is now popping up out of this? Oh shit, Aaron Rodgers is injured. Now what do we do? Where do you suppose deep in the well, in the bullshit well, is the media going to dig up a name of the past that we really got sick of? Who do you think I'm talking about here, gang? Rodgers out in 3.2 seconds, right? Took 3 plays. As like we didn't know that. Like we knew he'd be injured. Just didn't think it would take be that short period of time. But I tend to think something's fishy going on here. Now, not only we got rid of another old white quarterback that we don't want to see on TV anymore, but we get to bring back a name from the past who we've been crying for and who's been crying himself and who's one of the reasons why a lot of people ran away from the NFL, that we just can't get this name out of anybody's mouth. It is Colin Kaepernick. Of course, we didn't see this coming, did we? This is from Fox. Colin Kaepernick's agent. How the fuck does he still have an agent? He's not made enough money from whining and Nike and writing books and everything else and the documentaries that have come out. He tells Jets QB he's interested in NFL comeback after Rodgers' injury, so he's going to take the white man job. You know what I say to this? Let him. Oh, fuck. How awesome would that be? To get his ass kicked again and let him cry again and then let him cry racism again. Oh, is that going to be entertaining? Or he'll just make everybody turn the fucking NFL off. Could well do that as well. Yeah. What happened to the rest of this fucking story? To just skip. Zach Wilson, who's unfortunately white, will handle the starting quarterback duties for the New York Jets, at least for the time being. Hey, we have 2 New York teams and they're both in New Jersey. What about it? The team is evaluating its options at the quarterback position after star signal caller Aaron Rodgers' season ended after only 4 plays in a Jets uniform. Well, that's he lasted longer than some. Colin K is awesome. Oh, shut up, sunflowers. You just shut up right there. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. No, you're just saying that to make me crazy. Listen, I've talked about Colin back in the old... Go to my old podcast, Sunflowers. You want to hear it? You think this was tame? Listen to my old shit where I talk about Colin back at the time when all that was going on at the time. All right? Good night, Sunflowers, you crazy broad. You. All right. On Tuesday, multiple reports confirmed that MRI showed that the 4-time MVP tore an Achilles. Yeah, The Jets did manage to beat the Bills, because Josh Allen of the Bills was not on his game. He threw 3 or 4 picks in that one, and 3 of them scored, I think. The team could decide to sign a veteran free agent or trade for a quarterback. And, of course, everybody under the woke blanket has to go, boing, Colin Kaepernick, he needs a job. The poor millionaire needs a job. Appears to be making himself available. Well, 2 things could happen here. And I actually hope either one of these things happen. Either the Jets sign him and he just gets his fucking ass handed to him and he has to retire. He gets injured and has to retire. Or the Jets come out and publicly say, are you fucking kidding me? This fucking bum right here? Go fuck yourself. Linebackers are seething to turn Kaepernick into a pretzel. Oh, yeah. But Kaepernick, who's not even black, really, and white parents, following Rodgers' injury, Kaepernick's agent reached out. Who is Kaepernick's agent? And will somebody slap that guy, please? I'd love to know who else he represents. Probably some of our favorite players, like Antonio Brown, right? His agent reached out to the Jets to express his client's interest in returning. So that's all there is in the rumor mill right now, that this agent reached out to the Jets. That popped up all over the fucking place, of course, because it's Kaepernick, and Kaepernick is an Illuminati stooge, just like LeBron James is. So, of course, you're going to hear the name of that numbnuts pop up whenever any QB position opens up, right? I would rather have Ryan Leaf come back and fucking QB for the Jets. Jamil Hill. Jamil Hill is a race grifter cunt who's always on Twitter whining about the white man. She floats the idea that Colin Kaepernick is as Aaron Rodgers will play. Of course she does, because it's a narrative. Narrative above all. They have to follow the narrative. And, of course, they're going to show this ancient picture, the 2 seconds he was good in the 49er uniform. Yeah, those parents are adopted, but they fucking raised him, right? And he just bites the hand and feeds him because, again, he has to push the narrative. You got big bucks to push the narrative. That means push your own family aside. That's what the fuck that means. The former 49ers quarterback is 35, has not played since 2016. But yeah, he's just raring to go. And he'll be in great form, I'm sure. And he won't be a BLM shill like he was here or anything like that. No, of course not. Last time Kaepernick appeared close to making a football comeback was 2019. Remember, he had injury problems too, you fucks. And plus now he's a fucking a limp-wristed soy boy noodle arm nowadays. When the league planned a private workout with the Atlanta Falcons, Jesus Christ, that was that long ago. I remember talking about that. The workout was essentially scuttled when Kaepernick changed the venue at the last minute. Yeah, because he probably had period cramps and he couldn't fucking make it. Ryan Leaf, right? Or Jamarcus Russell. Why not Jamarcus Russell? Remember him? How good he was on the Raiders? The NFL listed him as a no-show, but Kaepernick did have a workout at a high school about 44 miles. Yeah, he did this whole media fucking shuffle thing. He did this whole... Oh, God, there he goes. Yeah. There's a reason why you don't... Look at this jerk-off. You're a jerk-off. You're a fucking jerk-off. You're a fucking high-maintenance, fucking diva-ass jerk-off who became a shill for Nike and BLM and all this other shit. And nobody's going to remember you as a football player. And I guarantee you, the second you play a Jets game, you're going to get your ass whooped. The league claimed representatives from 25 teams were sent to the Falcons training grounds, and that all 32 teams would have received video footage. Maybe nobody wanted to see it. Maybe nobody wants this piece of fuck back in the NFL, including most of the viewers of the NFL. Now, again, we wouldn't mind him putting on a uniform again and getting his ass handed to him on a fucking platter. That's fine, because he will. He'll be a fucking joke, and he'll cry racism. He'll probably sue the NFL, make another zillion dollars, right? That could also happen. That could also fucking happen. Yeah, right? Get a haircut, you bum. Jesus Christ. Look fucking homeless. Only Carrot Top should have that head. Or a black man from the 70s. You know what I mean? Yeah, the NFL gave him this huge opportunity to work out, and he said, "No, I'm going to do it in some place where I feel like doing it. I'm going to make it all about me." Piece of fuck. Earlier this year, Kaepernick posted a video on social media showing him throwing passes to Dallas Cowboys wide receiver CeeDee Lamb. Right? Yeah, he called all his buddies together and hey guys, yeah, then we're all going to get in the hot tub together. He's got to look more black. He's not black enough to be a QB anymore. No, maybe not. I'm going to keep pushing, Kaepernick told Sports Illustrated in July. I'm going to keep fighting because I know I could step on the field and play. No, you can't. You've proven you can't. You've proven you can. You've proven you can do all kinds of other extracurricular shit that nobody asked you to do. You've proven you cannot play football. You've proven that. God damn, he's got more of an ego than LeBron James. Holy shit. Yeah, he's the pussy that made me stop watching the NBA. Every workout, every opportunity I've had to show that, the feedback has always been positive. Jets head coach Robert Saleh, whatever, said the team will move forward with Wilson, saying, "This is Zach's team." Oh, it's pretty much the coach is already saying, "Fuck Colin Kaepernick." So again, this is all rumors. And this is, loudmouth race baiters like Jamel Hill floating the idea. And that's it. But that's all the news has to go on. And, of course, they're beating us all over the fucking head with it. Because you can't have one fucking football season go by without fucking Colin Kaepernick's name not being fucking mentioned, right? That just can't happen. Just can't fucking happen. Go fuck yourself. Good Lord. Well, there we go again. We've had a little bit of everything. We had a bunch of unfunny. We'd had a bunch of corporate sponsorship being news media. We had the origin of the It's Sowah guy trying out a new Starbucks drink 4 years ago and then subsequently getting fired from that channel. We played the fucking Power Bottom 5 podcast, or whatever the hell it was actually called. featuring all 5 of the late night cucks who are absolutely positively not funny. And then I played a clip of a female comedian who was on Jimmy Kimmel's show, who Sunflowers just think is absolutely side-swingingly hilarious. Was not, but had a nice set of tits, so it was bearable. And then, of course, we talked about Aaron Rodgers being injured within the first 5 seconds of the game, and they're already, the race grifters and the douchebags on social media are already throwing around Colin Kaepernick's fucking name again as to replace Rodgers as QB, and the coach is pretty much saying, nah, go fuck yourself. Our white boy here will do just fine, thank you. Well, there we go, gang. That is enough of the news for one too fucking much. Jesus Christ, my brain is completely scrambled. I can't even get it out. All I'm trying to say is, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Thank you guys very much for coming in here, and I mean everybody. If you have not done it yet, why don't you let yourself hit that like button, subscribe. I lost 5 subs this week. That is unacceptable, YouTube. Come on, stop taking my shit. My views have dropped. How do views drop? You can't unwatch something. I get you can unsubscribe. You can't unwatch it. Jesus Christ. But anyways, YouTube is up to some kind of shenanigans again. And we ain't stand for that shit around here. We ain't stand for that. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. And you'll notice you'll see what I'm coming up next with. We will be back Thursday night at 9 o'clock. And I am debating whether to make that a game, stream, or try another rant free and see if I can get one that